Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you as well.
Yeah, lovely to be back this year, 2024. So I'm just making a basket, by the way.
He was hidden down there a second ago.
It was a last minute addition to the show, and we thought, right, two hanging baskets for under £5. We'll tell you about them in a second. But yeah, welcome back to YouGarden TV. We've had a couple of weeks off.
We have. We were just saying, because it's been 2 weeks since we've been here live with you, and we've had such a good break, haven't we?
We really have. But we have missed you.
Relaxed.
And thank you. I know a lot of you did stream some of the shows that we recorded for the Christmas period. So thank you for watching those as well. But we are back live until 1 o'clock this afternoon.
Woohoo!
And we've got brand new plants, brand new offers.
Brand new deals, yeah. We've got some house plants actually in the mix as well today, as well as lots of outdoor gardening to do as well.
And a new free gift as well. Because our brains feel a little bit, what's the word, Bex?
Rusty.
A little bit rusty, a little bit, not sozzled.
No, not sozzled. No. Not sozzled.
Well,
not anymore.
Not anymore, no. We're both drying out, aren't we?
We are drying out.
But maybe you had a little bit too much to drink over Christmas, a bit too much to eat, maybe feeling a bit sluggish. Maybe the brain feels a little bit foggy. That's a better word.
Foggy, all right, let's go with that.
Well, we've got a brilliant free gift with every single order today. It's this selection of puzzle books.
Yeah.
And they're absolutely free, and you get a selection, don't you?
You do indeed. So there's 3 here. Now we've got 2 packs, and we think that they're all different.
Yeah, so contents may vary. What is nice, though, the word search is in a large print as well. So I know my mum's slightly visually impaired, so that just makes it a little bit easier. And to be honest, Bex, without my glasses, I struggle. So, I can read that.
Yeah, I mean, even I can read that without my glasses.
Yes.
So we're all right.
We're all right on that one.
Absolutely.
And there's also Sudoku, crossword. So you'll get a pack of puzzle books absolutely free with every order. We have got a brand new off code today, which is YGTV 0124.
0124.
Yes.
That's exciting, isn't it?
Well, hopefully.
We're in a new year.
Yes. Hopefully it's going to be a great 2024. But yeah, that's the off code. And what that does if you are brand new to the show, that unlocks all of the extra promotions. So you'll get your free gift, you'll get your selection of puzzle books, but also any other offers that we've got, like we might have a buy one, get one free, we might have special discounts. It unlocks all of those, but you do need to use that code as well. Now, in terms of postage, we have got an offer on postage today as well.
We have, absolutely. So if you get your basket to over £40, you will get free postage. But what we also have is that you will only ever pay 1 postage charge. So if you're under the £40 mark, doesn't matter how many items you add into your basket, you will only pay the 1 postage charge, whichever is the highest out of what you put in your basket. That is all you will ever pay.
So I'm thinking on this show, there's nothing more than £6.99 postage wise. So if your basket is under £40, the most you'd ever pay would be £6.99. But many items have got postage included anyway.
Absolutely.
So honestly, we've got a brilliant show for you. Can we just mention these baskets? I'm just putting them together now.
Yes, I'll get the other one
because we just spotted these, and you get 2 for. Is it $4.99? It is.
$4.99, absolutely. Yeah.
Wow.
So, listen, you can use them just as a pot on their own if you want to, because the handle parts, the hanging parts, they are detachable. They just clip in place, as Sean just showed you there. So if you just wanted a couple of very lovely looking pots, you can use them like this. Or if you clip the bits on, you can have them as a hanging basket as well. But we just thought that was an amazing deal, didn't we?
$4.99 for 2.
$4.99 for 2 of them.
That's really good.
And look at the pretty design that's on there as well. It is so. I mean, it just looks so good, doesn't it? Now they are made of plastic. They are durable. They're frost resistant. They're UV stabilized. They've got drainage holes in the bottom as well. They've got the raised bit so that if you do place them on the ground, they're not going to get waterlogged, particularly in the weather that we've got at the moment.
Although it's drying out now.
It's starting to dry out, just like us.
we're like the weather.
We were soggy for a while, we're drying out now.
Oh, we are going to point out we're not doing a dry January. We're doing a slightly moist January. We've decided slightly
moist, damp January. That's it. That's what we're doing.
But not too damp. We've got some brilliant offers today. But those baskets, 2 of them. It's buy one get one free. £4.99. They're normally $7.99 each. I think they're lovely. And do you know what they're going to take? They take 2 minutes to plant it, wouldn't they?
They really do. They don't take long. And also the hanging bits here, they are the anti-twist hanging baskets as well. So when they're blowing in the wind, which is me, look, I'm pretending to be the wind right here, they don't twist up at all. They're really handy.
Do you know what I'm really looking forward for? This week it does get, well, it is drier and there's a lot more sunshine around. It's going to be a bit colder, but I just cannot wait to get out in the garden.
Yeah,
I want to say hello to some of our regulars.
Hello, Philip. Good morning, Elaine. Good morning, Barbara.
And good morning, Lynn, as well. And to everyone that is joining us right now. Right, we better begin.
We had. Where are we going? I can't remember where we said. Oh, we were going to come over here, weren't we?
Go over there.
That was it.
Yeah, so if you want the baskets, just a little extra today, $4.99. But we're going to take you, we've got loads of new plants and summer bulbs and bare root items, something for everybody. However, last year we did do a selection of gardenias and we had quite a few of you say, oh, you like the idea of a hardy gardenia, but could we do a single? And we've got one today, haven't we?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yes, at a really low price.
Really low price. I love the fact that we've got hardy gardenias because you might know gardenias as being those wonderful indoor plants.
Yeah.
But these are actually winter hardy. Winter hardy down to about -10. And that is what we're bringing you here. So an outdoor gardenia that's going to fill your garden or a pot or somewhere in your border with beautiful evergreen, luscious leaves, but then you will also get that beautiful fragrance that you get from the gardenia
and actually,
flowers.
out of the several hardy gardenias that we've brought you, this one is our joint favourite.
I do love this one.
It's a Jasminoids pinwheel, and it's $6.99 today. What a gorgeous flower that is, isn't it?
It's just so pretty. I feel like it's got. It looks like it's obviously it's called the pinwheel, so it looks like it's moving. It looks like a Catherine wheel, doesn't it? I love the centre of them. It looks like somebody's taken a needle and thread and stitched something into the centre there. Yes, it does. It's just beautiful. And it is about the fragrance that you get from these as well. Gardenia, it's used in a lot of high-end perfumes. In fact, there's one that I want. It's very expensive. Can't afford it. Might buy it when I've got a bit of extra cash. But yeah, it's a gardenia fragrance and it is so, so beautiful. Gorgeous white flowers that you get on there that then have the perfect backdrop of the glossy evergreen leaves.
Oh, and the fact that this still looks nice even in early January because of those gorgeous evergreen leaves that you've got on here. Relatively slow growing, so it's not going to be invasive, anything like that. These can go in beds and borders, but I think they look great in pots.
I love the idea of them in a pot, but also because you can you can move that pot around.
Yes.
Because once those flowers come out in the summertime, June, July, August, into September time, they'll be there. That's when you really want to take advantage of that beautiful fragrance. So having them in a pot means that you can move them around the garden to wherever your preferred location might be. The only thing that I would point out with your gardenia is that they will prefer an ericaceous compost. So if you haven't got any, get on the website. We have ericaceous compost on the website, so you'll be able to get some.
Yes, but it's a gorgeous, gorgeous hardy gardenia and an amazing price today. We thought we'd start off with some low prices. So you've got the baskets for $4.99, the hardy gardenia $6.99. If you are new to YouGarden TV, all of our fully winter hardy plants do come with a lifetime guarantee. So if that doesn't thrive, if it doesn't survive, get in touch and we will replace it free of charge. All you'd pay is the postage.
Yeah.
But what a great start. That's a really good size for
It's
for
a really
$6.99,
nice size, actually. It's an established, established plant, absolutely ready for you to do something with. Put that into a pot somewhere, get that growing on. Honestly, the display that you'll get from that this summer and then every summer for many years to come will be absolutely gorgeous.
God.
Love it.
I just think those flowers are just delightful, aren't they?
Yeah, really pretty.
Visually, they're really pretty, but as Bex was saying, when you smell the divine fragrance on those, it's going to be incredible. Do you know, I cannot wait now for spring and summer, can you? Now we've got Christmas and New Year out of the way, I'm excited.
I'm so excited. I'm excited to see all those gorgeous bulbs that we planted. I've still got a few I need to plant out. I know it's January and I'll be doing it at some point soon. But yeah, I cannot wait to see all those little beautiful growth bits coming out of the ground.
I've actually got some daffodils that come in.
Yeah, I've got daffodils.
Yeah, and they're just at the front of my garden, about that tall.
Are they starting to come up?
Yeah, but they get a lot of sun where they are.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So I was like, oh my word.
Well, I got a load of bags because we were doing a daffodil offer as the free gift, weren't we, in December? And I got a few of those and I didn't get a chance to plant them out before Christmas. So I'm going to plant them out.
Yeah, you've got...
They'll be fine.
Yeah. And it's going to be sunny this next couple of weeks. It's going to be a bit colder, but it's going to be sunny. Now, we better move on to our next brand new item, which are Astilbes. I grew these for the first time 3 years ago, and They are magnificent.
Are
and
they?
I've never grown them before. And I bought them as bare roots as well. We are doing an offer today. Buy 5 bare roots and get another 5 absolutely free. So you're actually going to get 10 for $12.99. And I know when I bought mine, you're going about 3 years, I got 10 for $19.99.
Wow.
Which is good.
Yeah.
But you're going to get 10 today for $12.99. Now, you've never grown these, have you?
I've never grown them, and I don't know why, because they are absolutely gorgeous. Look at the colour mix that you're getting are absolutely beautiful. They work well together, don't they?
Yeah, I must admit, my mix isn't quite as good as this either.
Isn't it?
No, I don't have the red in mine. I've got pink and sort of creamy white in mine, but you actually get the red in there as well. They really are lovely, and they are a little bit different. And I don't know how to describe the flowers, but they're kind of tufty.
Well,
Do you know what I mean?
Stuart, our technical director
They are,
in our
they
ear, just
kind
said
of-
they look like above water coral.
Yeah, they're sort of fluffy, tufty looking.
Yeah, I really
Yeah.
like them. They're bright, they're bold, they're colourful, they're extremely fragrant as well. The pollinators adore them.
They
Bees
do,
and
they really
butterflies
do.
are going to absolutely, they're going to have a party in there. And they form beautiful clumps as well.
Yeah, mine have, in the 3 years, they have really grown big. Now, they are plants that will die down during the winter, so
Yes.
they'll disappear.
Yeah.
Come back every single year, bigger and stronger.
Well, yours are about ready to be divided. Every 3 to 4 years.
They probably are, you know.
Yeah, every 3 to 4 years you want to
Yes.
divide, your clumps, and actually that'll help to maintain the vigour. So that might be a job
I
for
think
you.
you're right, because they were quite big last year.
Yeah. Otherwise, if you don't divide them, they'll still grow, but you just want them to be vigorous and grow lots of flowers. So yours are probably about ready to divide.
Now, I've found them really easy to grow.
Okay,
The
good.
only thing I will say is they don't like to dry out.
No, well, they actually like a sort of
Going to say boggy, slightly boggy wet.
Slightly wet ground.
Yeah, that's what mine
and
are.
they don't want bright sunshine either. They actually are going to be happiest in a dappled shade spot.
Do you know what? Mine are in the perfect position.
There you go.
They are.
That's why they're doing so well.
Because they're in the bottom of my garden, which gets quite wet because it's on the slight slope. So it's not waterlogged, but it stays.
Yeah, we
fairly
don't want
moist.
a waterlogged spot, but just a bit wet.
Yeah.
Bit wet.
And you're right, they get dappled shade.
Dappled
Yeah,
shade
so you
is
get a
their
bit of sunshine,
perfect place.
and that's where they have.
Yes!
Yes!
Love it.
But they're really different, and I love that. And they have a fairly long flowering period as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, June, July
couple
time,
months.
into
Yeah.
August maybe. This is where you'll get those beautiful flowers going on. And I just love that colour mix. I think it's a
Yeah,
really
it's-
complementary, bright, bold colour mix. I would plant these en masse, personally. I wouldn't spread them around. I think en masse, these are going to look just stunning.
Mine are on massive.
Oh, he's nailed it.
Yeah,
Nailed
they're
it.
really good, and I've never grown them before, but they're so easy. It's so easy to grow.
Yeah.
And if you follow Bex's advice, they will just thrive. And honestly, I think they're a little bit different. A little bit
Yeah,
unusual.
I really like them.
Yeah, and that mix is brilliant. And look at the price. I mean, we're talking, if you break it down, £1.30 each it works out, which is amazing.
Well, it's a wonderful buy one, get one free. You will need to enter that offer
Yes.
code, remember though. So with a buy one, get one free, what you need to do is put one of them into your basket. And then if you enter the code YGTV0124, we will automatically then enter the second one into your basket. And we will also enter the free gift, which is that wonderful selection of puzzle books, into your basket as well. So really what we're trying to bring you at YGTV is just great gifts and pricing.
Hey, I'll tell you
and
what.
wonderful gardening ideas.
We should mention as well, if you are not a club member.
Yes, now's the time.
It is. Because we pretty much guarantee, once you place your first order with YouGarden, you'll place more. You will.
You can't resist.
It's natural.
Yeah.
And your New Year's resolution should definitely be buy more plants. That's ours, isn't it?
Exercise more, buy more plants.
Yeah, and actually, be pleased to know, you regulars, I did not buy any donuts this morning.
You didn't do it.
No.
I was a good boy. We got the lattes, which is fine. But no donuts.
But no donuts. But yeah, no, jokes about we want to spend more time in the garden. I'm sure many of you do. But if you join the club today, then you will get a 10% discount on all of our plants and our compost. It's really easy to do. But let's show you how the offer code works, because then we might have lots of new viewers today. So we put in those hanging baskets. Remember, it's a $4.99, and we've popped in our Astilbe, but there's no freebies yet. So all you need to do is put in the code YGTV0124, apply that code, and then suddenly you get your free hanging basket, free puzzle box, and you get your free Astilbes.
Wow.
So you get another 5 of those. And look at the saving now. So
look at that. We're
really
only paying £23 and we're saving £45.
Yes.
I'm rounding up between us. We don't mind a few pence, do we? But if you join the club, you can save extra money on there as well. You'll easily earn the cost of your club membership back within just a few orders, maybe even within your first order, depending on how large your order is, obviously.
And if you do get your orders, we've said, to over £40 today, we've just popped in the compost.
There we go, free
there
postage.
You go, free postage as well. But if you don't want to spend that amount, don't forget, just stay there for a second, sorry. If you don't want to spend that amount, don't forget you'll only pay 1 postage per order. But look, it says save a further £4.30 if you join the club, and that's what we've done. It's only £5 for the year on repeat renewal, and suddenly you've saved another £4.30 and you've spent £5 to join the club for the entire year. So it's really worth joining. Most of you are club members. If you're not, these are some of the benefits. So you get 10% off every plant and accessory order, 5% off every outdoor living and gifts. And this is great. You'll actually get £20 worth of vouchers that you can use throughout the year. So it's 1 every 3 months on average.
Oh, I'm sure I've got one of those to spend.
Yes, I have.
I've
got
sure
one this month.
I've got one.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
So really worth joining the club. There are 2 types of membership. The green one is auto-renewal, so it automatically renews every 12 months, but you can cancel at the end of it. Or the other one is £10 for the whole year, but it's only a one-off yearly membership.
I've just spotted what I'm going to spend my £5 membership on. We're not going to it yet,
I think
but
you
we
should
will
get
be
these
in a little while.
Astilbes.
Well,
They do really well in your garden.
They would, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they really would.
Maybe I'll get the Astilbes. I was actually looking at the houseplant mix that we've got over there.
That's nice.
This new year, all the decorations have come down. The house is looking a bit bare. I love a houseplant, and we've got an amazing pack of 6 houseplants over there.
Yeah.
That I think would be really good to add. So I might. Okay, so Astilbes and houseplants. There we go.
Yeah.
That's in my
I
list
just
for
know
today.
they'd be perfect for your garden.
What's in your list today?
Yes, let us know. Do look.
They would be perfect.
They would, because yours is fairly shady, isn't it?
Yeah, and a bit boggy.
Yeah, honestly, I'd love it. But yeah, we'd love you to come through on the group chats. Obviously, we're live on Facebook and YouTube. But any questions, any comments, if you just want to wish us Happy New Year, we would love to hear from you.
Is your mum watching this morning?
She should be.
Morning, Carol.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
If not, she'll watch later. I think she's got a friend coming around till 11, so she'll probably then just go on YouTube.
Click on
and,
afterwards. All right. Well,
yeah,
morning.
good morning, Mum. She had a great Christmas.
Oh, did she?
Yes.
But she did.
Last Christmas she described as a bit flat.
Oh,
but, yeah.
This year was a good one.
Best ever, she said.
Wow.
Best ever.
You did well.
She's walked me out.
You were a good son.
I know we had a great time, we did.
Good,
I hope
I'm
your
glad.
Christmas New Year went well. Glad to see your cold's gone, by the way.
I know, thank God for that, eh?
And I never caught it. Yeah.
Let's hope I don't get another one.
I know, shush, you can't. Right, let's move on, because it's a great time to plant your bare roots. And coming up now, we've got our Rose Glamour collection. I could not believe the price on this. 5 gorgeous roses for $19.99, and actually postage is included, so they work out £4 each with no postage to pay. And what gorgeous varieties, aren't they?
Love them.
Oh, my word.
Absolutely love the colour mix that you're getting here. So if you know, this is beautiful because you're just getting a little bit of everything going on. You're getting a pink, a peach, a yellow, a red, a white. The Arthur Bell, which is the one that I actually have in my garden, and it was the first rose that the Arthur Bell is the yellow one. It's coming up in a second. It is the first one that I added into my rose collection. I've now got about 9 roses, and it is an absolute stunner. I should have sent Stuart some pictures so we could bring those up. I will do that later on. It is just beautiful. It has the Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit. It is so easy to grow. It actually has a colour changing thing that happens with it. You get these bright yellow flowers and then they turn a beautiful creamy yellow colour as well. That's the peach one, which one is it? It is the I forgot. That's the peace one, isn't it?
That's
I think
peace,
that's the peace, yes. So that one was awarded to delegates at the end of World War II. That's the peace rose. That's the pink one, which is the Queen Elizabeth pink. That was made for the coronation of our late Queen in 1954.
I tell you what, to get that in there.
I know, that's amazing.
That's ridiculous.
The white is the Pascali. That was voted world's favourite rose previously. You've got the Queen Elizabeth red in there as well, which gives you clusters of the beautiful red rose. Honestly, there is so much going on in here. You've got repeat flowering, you've got winter hardy, and you've got really easy to grow roses, all been bred for their flower power, but also disease resistance as well. And they're just easy to plant out.
And now is a great time to plant your berries. Obviously, just make sure the ground isn't waterlogged. I know your garden's maybe a bit wet now, but it is. The weather forecasters, I'm sure you've seen, it is going to be dry in the next couple of weeks. Everything will start to dry out, and that will be a perfect time to actually plant your bare roots and get them settled for the spring, which isn't too far away. They're all labelled, obviously, as well. So you can see there, all colour coordinated and labelled.
Yeah, so all you're going to do is unwrap these. They come to you in this cling wrap, so just unwrap them. You do want to do something with them as soon as possible. So soak them. Soak them for a few hours and then plant them out. It is so, so easy to do. You can put them into pots, you can put them into borders. It's absolutely fine. Just add a little bit of our mycorrhizal fungi in
which
there,
is on the show.
bloodfish and bone. Add a little bit of extra stuff into there to help that root system establish, and then you will get beautiful roses this year, and it will keep getting better for you every single year.
And I'm not being funny. If those were potted up and in bud, you could be paying $19.99 for one.
Just for one.
Plus postage, actually, because obviously there'd be weight. So, and we will, I'll be honest, we do sell potted up roses. We sell thousands of them.
Yeah.
But if you want to be really savvy as a gardener, get them as a bare root, get them at £4 each, postage included. And I was going to say a little bit of work, but there's virtually no work. Put them in a pot with our premium compost. Dig a hole, put them in the ground with a little bit of, say, if you put some mycorrhizal in, something like that, just help with the root system. But roses are incredibly easy to grow.
They really are. So it's one of my jobs in January, basically, is to go around and prune the roses. So I'll be doing it later on this month. And it's really, really easy to do. The top tip for you is to just have a good, sharp pair of secateurs. Because obviously you don't want to introduce any disease in there. So you just need a sharp pair of secateurs. And you just do a clean cut above where a bud will be. That's it. You don't need to be too careful about it at all. It is amazing how they just then sprout into life.
And I'm quite I was going to use the word brutal. No, that's a bit tough.
Vigorous?
No, as a gardener, I'm not. What's the word?
Gentle?
No, I'm not gentle.
Not?
I'm not scared.
No.
I'm really not.
And you don't need to be with roses.
No, I've sometimes been really quite harsh pruning my back and. I don't think I've never lost a rose, actually.
No, me neither.
No.
So I pruned my Arthur Bell probably down to about that size last year. It's as tall. It's as tall as me. There's parts of it that are nearly as tall as me now. I will prune that back, and I will just get lovely bushy growth from that this year. It's incredible.
And you've got great cut flowers, of course, throughout the summer months with those. In general, I always think not all, but most roses do love a sunny spot, don't they?
Yeah. I mean, you want a good amount of sun, probably a good 5 or 6 hours worth of sun on your roses at any point during the day. I don't think they mind whether it's morning, evening, or afternoon sun. Just as long as they're getting a good 5 or 6 hours worth of sunshine, they will be absolutely fine.
Yeah, but that is a great collection to start the new year, isn't it? 5 of the glamour roses, some really well-known names in there, just $19.99. But we've got more great deals for you.
Yeah, we have. Stuart's very excited about this one, isn't he?
Yeah, Stuart's head of our technical. Right, 100 gladioli, but if you buy 100, you get another 100 absolutely free. Again, you've got to use the code YGTV0124.
Yeah.
Now, the great, because I love gladioli as a cut flower, if you plant all of these, you're going to get loads to cut as well.
There will be so many of them.
Wow.
When you plant gladioli, or when you see gladioli planted en masse, a whole bunch of them together, that is a real head-turning display that you get, isn't it? And to get 200 200 bulbs, you will have so many of these.
Amazing.
You can create pockets of gladioli sort of all planted en masse together, and it will be one of the most stunning displays.
When you see them like that.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, and they are just great for the back of the border.
Yeah, because they get nice, like, a good metre in height, don't they? In fact, it was one of the stands at one of the flower shows that I went to last year. It was one of the stands that I was most impressed by. I went and I took loads of pictures and I stood near it because the tall spires of these gladioli flowers were just the most beautiful thing.
And when you think what you pay for a little bunch of gladioli, and you can grow 200 here for £14.98. Great colour mix as well.
Lovely colour mix, yeah. Lots of them going on. And they do flower for a decent amount of time. You know, they're a good summer flowering bulb. June, July, August time you get them. The bees, you know how much they absolutely adore, you know, buzzing into the gladioli. They're definitely one that the wildlife are going to love. Very, very easy to grow as well. And it's just a lovely kind of, what did we describe it as on the website? I read it and I thought it was lovely. The sweet shop confection of colours.
Ooh, I like that description.
I liked that description. Kept hold of that. I thought that was a good one.
Do you know, I've just worked out, it works out less than 8 pence a bulb.
I know, that's crazy.
Yeah. Honestly, because you get 200 for £14.98, and they do look really good on mass, don't
Definitely. You don't want to plant them individually. You're going to want to put probably 20 or 30 of these in a clump together. And you don't have to space them out too much because they get tall, but they stay relatively thin. They don't have loads of foliage at the bottom, so you can plant them quite close together.
I think they're going in my basket today.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah. I've got an area that look great in, actually.
Yeah. They want a bit of sunshine though, don't they?
Yeah, so you know that area where I've got the verbena, do you remember last year?
Yes, yeah.
And I put cosmos in. I'm thinking if I put some gladiola amongst those.
Nice.
It'd be good, wouldn't it?
And they'll come back for you as well.
Yeah, year
Every
after
year.
year. So that is one of the top deals today. It's buy 100, get 100, absolutely free. Just use that special offer code, which is YGTV0124 for our first show of 2024.
Oh, it's so exciting. I love, because we were talking about it a lot, weren't we, towards the end of last year, how exciting 2024 is going to be.
And I'm already getting excited about, and I know we're in January, but now's the time to plan and to make the most. We've got some sunny days coming up. Everything's going to dry out hopefully in the next couple of weeks. Yep. I just want to get back out there, don't you?
I know. Well, I've got some seeds I want to plant because I'm not a big seed person. I'm going to do it this year. I'm going to do some seeds. So yeah, I need to get my planting trays and things. I'm starting to make plans, as you said.
And we're going to have a very exciting year together in our gardens.
Yeah, you've got some news, haven't you? What's happening for you this weekend?
Oh, yes. So we do begin our shows with QVC this year as well. So Bex and I are both doing the shows on QVC. The first one starts this weekend. And I'm live on there. You're going to be, we separated this week, so you're going to be in the potting shed.
I'm in the potting shed on Sunday from 10 o'clock. I've got a guest presenter coming in to help me out with the shows. It's Joe this week, so very excited about that. Like him. He is, he's fun, isn't he?
And then I'm going to be live on QVC 10 o'clock Sunday morning with a whole hour of YouGarden. Different offers from what you get on the shows here, we should say. So you can, hopefully you can watch both.
Between. I mean, go and see Sean, then come and join us, or watch us later, whatever you want to do. Just there'll be different deals going on for both.
And then we are doing a regular weekly show on QVC Style as well, aren't we?
That's coming up soon as well.
So that's going to be on next Monday. That's Monday the 8th at 5 o'clock till 7.
Lovely.
Yeah. So loads happening here in the potting shed and on QVC as well.
So keep an eye on our social media pages because we'll keep you updated with what's happening on there, and we'll let you know where we're going to be and who's doing what.
Yes. Right. Are we going to move on to...
Let's do it. I love this one.
Oh, same here. Come and have a look at this.
I do. I love a poppy. I love a poppy. But this one in particular, look at the colour of it. It just, that colour with that beautiful, I mean, we say it's a black centre, but it's actually not. It's kind of a purpley colour. When you get close up to any poppy, honestly.
It's like a really rich kind of amethyst colour, isn't it?
That
is a gorgeous
It's so luscious.
Oh, my word. Sorry, right. We've been off for 2 weeks. I did not realise that you got 3 for $7.99. I was looking at the RRP, so I thought 3 for $14.99 grey. You get 3 today for $7.99.
$7.99. I think these are the ones I planted.
Going in my basket. Oh, you've got these?
I definitely planted some poppies.
Look at those epics.
In about October time.
Oh, so you might have...
And I can't remember which ones I planted.
Well, you'll find out soon.
So we'll see when they come up. But I think it was this one, because I just love the colour.
Oh, God.
That beautiful, rich, deep... What did you call it? Amethysty colour.
In the centre, yeah.
So pretty.
Do you know what? I don't know about you, but I always feel a bit flat after Christmas and New Year. Do you a bit?
Yeah.
Because you always feel a bit...
It's been all the excitement of Christmas and then you're like,
But seeing that, I suddenly felt excited. I was like, spring will come, summer will be here. And imagine having poppies like this in your garden. 3 bare roots for $7.99. Again, it's a great time to plant bare roots right now. The ground is relatively warm because it's been warm. It has been wet, we're not going to deny, but when I think over the next week or two, we should really dry out.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the ground might be a bit wet at the moment, but as you say, the warmer weather is starting, and it's going to start to dry out. So I think by the time these are delivered, we might be in a position where we can actually start getting these out, won't we?
Yeah. Well, that's where we live. It's going to be fine. Very little rain. Bit more sunshine. It's going to be a bit cold on the night, but we're going to have some. What I love, those bright, crisp winter days. Yeah, we've got a few of those coming up.
My favourite.
I know. It's actually sunny outside today.
I always thought I was a summer girl, but actually, I think I'm changing.
Good.
I think I'm changing. Quite like these winter days.
Do you know what? I think you've got to appreciate the seasons, because without the seasons, we wouldn't have such a great variety of plants.
No, I know.
If it was summer all the time, you'd be
bored.
Yeah. And so many plants would not like it.
No, they wouldn't
survive.
But
these look amazing this summer, aren't they?
They really are, because they're bold, they're bright, they're beautiful. You get these really large, ruffled petals that you get from the poppy on this one, and they grow to a really decent height as well. So these are a really good one to have in your mixed borders, aren't they? I would go to the back of the border. That's what I've done with mine. They're slightly towards the back because these can reach 90 centimetres, a metre in height. They do look absolutely beautiful. They do flower for up to 6 weeks, so these are a really good one to have, and they can produce up to 2 to 3 flowers per plant once they get established. You maybe won't get that many in the first year, but certainly in subsequent years you will get those, because these will come back for you year after year after year. They're so low maintenance. You literally plant them and leave them alone. That's it. You don't need to do anything to them.
My mum got some poppies from YouGarden a couple of years ago. First year, she got 1 or 2 flowers. Last year, 17, 20, and they're massive.
Yeah.
And actually, she cut them down, and she did get a few more in autumn.
Oh, really?
Yeah, only a couple.
They came back?
Yeah,
nice.
only a couple. Obviously, they do die down during the winter, but they come back year after year after year. That is an amazing deal today. 3 of those for £7.99. Don't forget, if you have just joined us, good morning. Happy New Year. So New Year's resolutions, ours is to do more gardening.
And a bit more exercise.
Yeah, lose a bit of weight.
Usual stuff.
Yeah. But also to get our brains more active.
Nice link there. Nice link.
Slightly foggy after Christmas. And we have got your free gift today with every single order. It's a Gardener's Puzzle Book, so it's a mix of different puzzles. I mean, we got 3 in a bag, so you might get, say, a selection, but you will definitely get a mixture of puzzles to do, including Sudoku, crosswords, and word ladders as well. So I think sometimes the days are still fairly short, and you just sometimes get a bit bored, don't you?
Oh, I love a word search.
Yeah, I do as well. My mum does.
Yeah.
My mum's brain's brilliant. She's 83 and her brain's brilliant, actually.
Yeah.
So, and if you want to get your free gift, just use YGTV 0124.
I might have a go at one of those during my lunch break.
Yes.
We should
should.
Yeah.
But it's a great little free gift today. It's only for this week. We've got a different free gift next week. So it's just for this week to get that one. 160780. Oh, just really quickly.
The baskets.
Yeah, one of the best deals we've got today has got to be these Knox hanging baskets. Buy one, get one free for £4.99. And I'm just thinking, it's going to take you probably a couple of minutes to plant those.
Yeah, they won't take long at all. Really won't take long. That's really how they come. So they come separated, but that's how easy it is to clip these together. So you can use them just as a basket. As a tub on its own if you want to. So all you need to do is remove those, and it could just be a tub like that. Or if you do want to use them as actual hangers, you can do. All you do is clip those into place. The little grooves on the side show you where you're supposed to clip those, and they just simply clip in like so.
I mean, sometimes, I'll be honest, I think, winter hanging baskets can be bothered. I always do end up doing some. But if you haven't done any baskets, so you just want a couple more, for $4.99, and you're going to use these year after year after year, they're absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, and they've got drainage in them, so if you are using those pots on the ground, not a problem, because it's the slightly raised bit as well, so that's always good for the drainage on the bottom of your pots. But you can obviously use them as your hanging baskets as well. Plus, they have the anti-twist hanging bits on there as well.
That's good.
If these are blowing in the breeze, they're not going to twist up. I've got ones with chains.
Oh, I know. It's so annoying sometimes.
Which can be a bit frustrating.
Yeah.
But yeah, these have been designed so they don't get twisted up.
Lopsided. Yeah. But an amazing deal. They're normally $7.99 each. So you pay £16, the best part off for two. But today, they're down to $4.99, and if you buy one, you get another absolutely free. 130502. Now, I took my decorations down on New Year's Day.
I did my New Year's Eve. I never start the new year with the decorations up. No, I can't do it. I know 12 days of Christmas, a lot of people will be leaving them up to the 6th. That is absolutely fine. Yeah. I just can't start the new year with all the decorations up. I feel like I need a clean break to it.
And I'm like you, Bex, but also we're busy with work this week. So the point of this story is, sometimes when you take the decorations down,
it looks so bad.
It does. You're like, oh God, the house looks awful. And houseplants can make such a difference to the look and feel of your home, and also help with air purification as well.
It can, yeah.
Well, we've got a selection now. You get all 6 of these for $27.99. So it works out about $4.50 a plant.
You're the maths boy. A-level maths, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's $4.50 a plant.
It's £4.50 a plant.
My brain's not as foggy as I thought.
There you go.
So it's all that. It's all those word searches and Sudoku, I tell you. Now, you don't get the white pots. They're extra, so they'll arrive in, obviously, your standard 12centimetre pots. But these are called the Brussels. They're on our website.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
Love them. And
they've been selling really, really well. But they are available in a couple of different sizes. But these are the 6 plants you'll actually get. Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing value, isn't it?
This is one of the ones that I do want to add to my basket.
Yeah, you've got your eye on this.
I do, because the only one I've got is this one. Yes, this is the only one I've got, the Dracaena marginata. Love it. Could quite happily have another one. But I don't actually have any of the others, and I love them. I really do think they are fantastic. The Camaraderia elegans, the palm tree, award of God. So hang on, how many of these have got award of garden merit? 4 of them. 4 of the 6 have got the Royal Horticultural Society award of garden merit, by the way. So that's absolutely amazing.
And that really just means that they really are great, reliable plants that are easy to grow.
Totally. Well, this is why this mix has been put together, because we want to give you something that's low maintenance, that's easy to grow, that's going to be robust in your house. If you don't have houseplants, if you're new to houseplants, this has been put together as an easy starter sort of kit for you that will transform your space so very quickly, so very easily. 6 amazing varieties included.
Right, so talk us through. So we've
got the Camaraderia elegans, which is known as the palm tree. That has the Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit. We've got the Dracaena marginata, which is the dragon tree. It's the 3 stems that you're getting coming off there as well. So that one has the Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit. We've got the Dracaena fragrans, which is that one there, just making sure. Known as the corn plant. Again, this one's got the Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit. The one that you've got at home.
Asparagus.
Asparagus spirengi. Yes, this one's known as the emerald fern.
I've got it in my bathroom, seems to love it there.
Love it, yes. It does like a slightly more moist area. So that one has the Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit. We've got the ficus.
Yeah, rubber plant.
Rubber plant, absolutely. Wonderful for the big, glossy leaves. Absolutely fantastic. And then we have the Codium petra, which is known as the croton plant or Joseph's coat. And I love the fact it's known as Joseph's coat.
Because look
at the colour of the leaves on here. Now these get even more beautiful as they mature as well. So you get some really gorgeous. Actually, let me turn it so you can see this one.
Isn't that absolutely stunning? Look at this one.
Look at the colour of that one. So you get oranges and reds and yellows and beautiful colours on the leaves as well. So I love it as a collection. And as I say, they've all been designed, all been put together as a mix that are easy to grow, easy to care for. Most are going to prefer bright but indirect light. Some are going to prefer a more humid area. So for example, your asparagus, this is going to be great for the bathroom or the kitchen. But all of them are easy to grow, easy to care for. And as Sean said, you were talking about how they can improve the air quality. The majority of the houseplants that you can buy will help to improve the air quality in your home. They're great as natural air purifiers.
And they do make such a difference to how your rooms and your homes feel and look.
Yeah, they really do.
And I know plastic plants have their place, but a lot of people, when they talk about plastic plants, they end up calling them dust gatherers, because a lot of plastic plants do look a bit dusty because of the static. And for me, it just feels so much nicer to have healthy, living, breathing plants. And it's wonderful to watch plants grow and to thrive. I've got loads of house plants and I adore them. And confession time. So we talked about poinsettias before Christmas. So I did, because I do love to really go big style when it comes to Christmas and decorating the home. So I did do what we said and had the hellebores inside.
Nice,
They looked amazing.
I bet they did.
And I hope you got the hellebores from last year. But I did buy a few poinsettias.
Yeah, I know you did. I resisted. I didn't do it.
God, they just did exactly what we said they would. They dropped all the leaves. I mean, I didn't kill them, but they just looked shocking.
Yeah.
So do you know what I've done?
What?
Binned them.
Yeah.
So
you will not have that problem with these houseplants.
No.
Honestly, you will not have that problem. They barely need any water, particularly over the winter months. I mean, I barely touch my houseplants over the winter months. I've got a yucca, I've got a dracaena. What else have I got? I've got a mother-in-law's tongue, and I've got the peace lily. I barely touch them over the winter months. But what they do provide is this lovely green tranquility in the rooms in my house, and I need more.
I mean, I must admit, out of all the houseplants, we've got an amazing selection on YouGarden. This particular collection has been selling really well in the last few days.
Yeah.
So we wanted to bring it on the live TV show. 6 of those. They don't come with the white pots, so they come in the 12 centimetre pots. But if you just go on our website, I can give you the number 130472 for the large ones.
Yeah, and
I think it's 471. Is it, Bex?
Probably 471. Is it on the bottom? I don't know.
It is.
Yeah, it's 471.
Yeah. So they call the Brussels, as in your sprouts. And they call them a house plant pot cover.
And if you've been looking at price, because I want some pot covers, and I was looking. I did go out to a garden centre. Don't know why, I'm silly, but I didn't buy them because they were stupidly expensive. So if you have been looking for pot covers, you might find that you've got a really good price here.
There's one particular big store that sells all sorts of DIY and things, and I looked at the houseplants and they were really expensive.
Really expensive.
Like ridiculous.
Well, I did. I went out because I just wanted to get out of the house. I was feeling a bit stir crazy, so I did go to the garden centre to have a wander around. I came out having bought nothing, but it was nice to go walking around. And I did go into the houseplant section because we'd just done our houseplant show. Is that still available to watch, Stu? If people want to watch it,
good.
There is a specific houseplant show. If you want to go into our catch-up section, you can watch it. But we'd just done our houseplant show, and I went to have a little look round, and you're right, the price in the garden centre for the houseplants.
For the rubber plant I saw, it was a very similar size to this, and it was $12.99.
Yeah.
In fact, I say it was pretty much the same size.
£4.50. Remember, this breaks down to £4.50 each, and then if you add your 10% club discount, or you minus your 10% club discount from this, it obviously that price comes down a bit.
But it's a lovely selection, so especially put together. So if you want to watch. We're going to keep these on for about another week or two. So where it says watch our Christmas specials, there's Christmas and New Year shows. So where's our house plant one? There it is.
Oh no! Yeah, and that's. Oh, I can't remember what that one's called.
Was
the
medallion?
The medallion. Yeah. That's the one. That's another one I want to get.
Mother-in-law's tongue there. on the left. But we've got, so there's a whole show for houseplants on there as well.
Love it. Oh, look, I'm wearing the same jumper.
Hey?
I'm wearing the same jumper as that one now.
I know.
I do rotate about 4 jumpers.
Do you know what we're looking forward to? We are looking forward to spring and summer where we can be in the potting shed in T-shirts and a summer dress.
Yeah,
and shorts
something.
or whatever, yeah.
Absolutely.
And the time will come.
Can't wait.
Remember, every day is getting longer right now.
Yes.
Yes. But at least a minute. Yay! Every minute counts. But that is a lovely selection. So if your house is looking a bit drab right now, houseplants, I think they make such a difference to the way it looks, but also to the way that you feel. I love to see living, breathing plants in my home.
Me too.
Yeah, gorgeous. And what an amazing selection. Lots of different leaves, textures, colours in those.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's a good point. You know, it's not just a collection of easy to look after plants, but you do have a wonderful mixture of those textures and leaf shapes in there as well.
And this one here that I've got rubber plants, I've got the palm, and I've got the asparagus actually. That one in my bathroom, it's on a shelf and it's sort of trailing now.
Right, yeah.
And it looks amazing, and it just loves it because you've got the humidity from the shower and things. Honestly, it looks incredible.
Yeah.
And it makes such a difference. It really does.
Yeah.
So I hope you go for those. Brighten up your new year and brighten up your homes. 6 for $27.99.
And this one in particular.
That's pretty bulletproof, isn't it?
It is bulletproof.
Yeah.
And I can prove it. My husband had one that he had from when he was at university, and we are not kids anymore, so it's 30 years old, basically.
Wow.
Nearly. And he barely looked after it. It was in one pot, he'd never repotted it, he barely watered it, and it had grown really tall, but it just one spindle and just a few bits of tufts of foliage at the top, and he was going to throw it away because he's like, it's pretty much dead. And I said, no, you're not throwing it away. A couple of years ago I took it, I had to break the pot to get it out. It was just a mass of roots. There was no compost or soil left.
Poor plant.
But this plant was still there was still greenery, there was still life in it. I repotted it and you should see it now. It's absolutely incredible. It's got extra plant growth. It looks beautiful.
And that's so rewarding, isn't it?
Totally bulletproof, that one.
Yeah. And I always said the general rule, and this is a general rule, but I think most people overwater rather than underwater.
Absolutely.
So
particularly in winter.
Yeah. So I mean,
particularly in
some
winter.
plants love being waterlogged, but not many. So
Not many.
do bear that in mind.
Yep.
But that's a great selection. And actually, our website is brilliant at giving you all the product information, lots of hints and tips, and all the information that you ever need as well. That's across the entire range. Right, we've got to
get onto this one.
We are so excited to get these
Apparently we've been having
back.
some questions about these in the chat. So yeah, we need to bring these in.
So we have got a deal today on our ginormous, huge Skyscraper lilies. 25. You're going to love this. They're normally £40, so they're normally £8 a bag. We're doing the whole lot today for $13.95 as a New Year's special, and you're going to get 25. And out of all the lilies that we bring, these are the biggest and the boldest and the tallest.
The absolute biggest and the best. These are, I mean, they are stunning. So they're called Skyscraper lilies because these can get just so ridiculously tall. We are talking potentially up to 6 feet in height.
Potentially taller than me.
Taller than you.
Yes.
Which is hard considering you're 6'5".
But honestly, in fact, I mean, we said about 6 foot, but some people have even got them up to nearly 7 foot. And in the first year, Craig, who helps put all the show together for us, he grew his for the first time last year, and they grew to 5 foot in the first year.
First year, which is amazing. Now, our lovely technical director, Stuart, his has been in the garden for how many years? 9 years. These are his Skyscraper lilies.
Sorry, they're amazing,
Aren't
Stu.
they beautiful? Really strong stems that you get on these as well. Do you ever stake them, Stu? Do they ever need staking? No, because these really shouldn't need it because they have such strong stems on them. Each one of them can carry up to 20 blooms, maybe even over 20 blooms if you've got them in the right place and they're well established. And they do come back for you year after year.
And the actual lily flowers, they're big, aren't they?
They're big flowers, yeah. And this has been, so these varieties have all been specially selected for their gorgeous fragrance and their vibrant colours. They are gorgeous.
Now, obviously, they will make a great cut flower as well. So lilies cut in the home can just give you that wonderful heady fragrance, which is adorable. One thing I will say with lilies, they only flower, obviously they flower every year, but they don't keep flowering month after month. So do what Stu's done and plant them with amongst other things as well.
I definitely would, and that's what I've done with mine, particularly because you want to let them die back naturally as well, because with any bulb, you don't want to cut them off, because actually you need the goodness to go back into the bulb so that they will keep flowering for you and give you gorgeous displays the following year. So you do want to just let them die back naturally. You might cut the flower off, you might cut the top off to bring them indoors for displays, but then you want to let the rest of it die back down naturally. So you do want to mix them in with lots of other things.
But honestly, because of the height of these, and up to 20 flowers on each stem. I mean, and the flowers are big. These are amazing. And we wanted to do you something really special for today's show, and you're going to get 25 for just $13.95. That is a ridiculous value. That works out, Bex. I'm doing my maths here. I work that out to be about.
Good luck.
Well, I think that's about 60p a bulb, just under.
Maybe. I'm not even going to try that. It's not a simple maths.
About 50 odd pence a bulb, just under 60. There you go, 56p.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, when you think.
How much you'd pay for lilies in a shop?
Yeah. And we get 5 varieties, don't we? 5
varieties and 5 of each, and they do come to you in the separate bags here. So they are all labelled. I was just looking at them. So this is the Amarossi. We have the...
which one's
Can
that?
You read that one?
Saltarello.
Yep. That's the one. What's that one?
This one, Rabina.
The Matisse. And the Manissa.
And there they all are. What lovely colours.
All 5 varieties, all in their separate bags. So if you are sort of colour coding, you know which ones you're planting where. I just think, do you know what, you could plant quite a few of these sort of together. Just make sure you leave a little bit of space between the bulbs, because as these grow and those flower heads come out at the top, you are going to want to leave a little bit of space.
So to put these into perspective, I've got a lovely garden centre near me, but they will sell in the summer a single bedding plant in a 9 centimetre pot for £2.50.
Right.
And that bedding plant will grow for that summer only. If it's something like, say, a petunia, for example, yes, you're going to get a nice little display for that summer only, but that is it. When you think one of these bulbs is going to create a massive display,
that'll look like a tree almost.
Yeah. That's when you think about what drama and what beauty each bulb will create, the value with the Skyscraper lily is incredible, isn't it?
I grew a lot of lilies last year. A lot, actually. A lot of lilies. I didn't have any skyscrapers, but I grew a lot of lilies, and they were so beautiful. The fragrance, the colour, the shape, the drama, as you say. There isn't anything quite like the lily for providing that.
And the value, I know I keep saying it, but the value we're doing today. Now, they are fully winter hardy. They do like a fairly well-drained soil, though, don't they?
They do. They don't want to be too boggy.
No.
Not too wet.
Although yours did okay in your clay soil.
They did all right. To be honest, some were better than others just because of the difference in some of the soils. So in the heavier clay soil, they still flowered, but they didn't do as well as some of the other ones.
But you can also, if you planting these, mixing a bit of grit or gravel, something like that, just to help with drainage.
I grew a lot in pots. The ones in pots were phenomenal.
I think personally, I think lilies in pots is a great idea, because when they do grow, you can again just put the pots to one side.
That's exactly what I've done. I put the pots around the side of the house, out the way. I'll drag them back out soon. But yeah, I've just put them out the way.
My mum's got her skyscrapers in pots, and that's exactly what we do, and they look amazing. So, one of the best deals today for our first show of 2024. You get all 25 for just £13.95.
So that,
amazing.
Along with our Gladioli deal, I think those 2 things added in to your basket, that gives you a lot of bang for your buck, let's say.
I hope we've cheered you up this morning, because I was really looking forward to coming to work, but I feel brighter now. I'm seeing all the plants and planning our gardens for 2024.
Now our brains aren't feeling quite as foggy.
Yeah. Neil, hello.
Morning, Neil.
Happy New Year, Neil. Neil's one of our regulars.
I saw on Facebook Neil had a bit of a hard time, something with his car and getting stuck.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Sorry about that, Neil. I hope you're all right. No, something happened. Oh, I can't remember. Something happened to his car. His neighbours had to come and rescue him and the dog. And
There's nothing worse when your car...
oh, it's rubbish, isn't it?
Oh, the planes are back as well. Good. Good.
We're in Lincolnshire. Can't help it.
We are.
We have the planes flying
Yeah,
over.
if you are new to the show, by the way, so yes, we are in the middle of Lincolnshire. We are in an 11-acre nursery. So just outside our potting shed, there's 11 acres of plants. And do you know, even though it's January, there's always lots of beautiful plants every month. There it is.
There are, and there's going to be so many sort of appearing at the nursery as well over the next month or so.
Yeah.
You know, getting ready for everything that's coming this year. Springtime, it's so exciting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at all those plants.
I know. I should say it doesn't quite look like that now, but it's still nice out there.
It's
isn't it?
beautiful out there.
God,
we should take a little wander at lunchtime. That plane is really loud, isn't it?
But here at YouGarden, we really pride ourselves in our delivery.
Yes.
So you can see there, the way that the plants arrive, very secure, everything's handled with care, everything is hand-picked. We also try to be as environmentally friendly as possible. So all of the packaging is 100% recyclable.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not just the packaging, but it's also everything that we do here at the nursery. So all the vehicles are electric. We had a big water reservoir built.
Yeah, that's
Did
quite
you say
full.
built? We built a reservoir.
Yeah, we did. That's quite full
Dug
at
a
the
reservoir.
moment.
Yeah, imagine it.
Yeah, but that's great because when we do get into summer and it's drier, then we actually save millions of litres of watering a year. So we do our very best to be as environmentally friendly as possible, and we're constantly working on that, of course, as well. But here on the live TV show, we always have exclusive offers. The golden rule is you've got to put in that code YGTV0124. That's the offer code for this week. That unlocks all of the promotions, and we've got a bit of a different freebie today. You're going to get a fabulous selection of gardeners' puzzle books as well. So keeping the brain functioning, helping with that.
Might need that this month. We all need to get back in it, don't we? We need to make our brains start working again.
My mum is at 83 and she had a friend over for Christmas, Terry, who's 91, and they did sit quite a lot in the afternoon doing puzzles, and it really helps.
I love it.
Yeah.
I do actually really like Christmas for that, because you do play lots of games and do lots of things that you don't normally do, don't you? And this one, as Sean pointed out earlier, is the large print, so...
even we can see it.
Even I can see
it from here, Bex.
It's great.
Yeah.
I do love
flower pick. Hang on, flower pick.
Flower pick.
Oh, here we go.
Apple blossom, hyacinth, rhododendron.
Begonia, marigold.
I can't wait till we bring the begonias.
Have you found any yet? Come on.
No. Rhododendron.
Oh, well done. And that was backwards as well. Yeah. Look, Beck's got this one. Rhododendron there. I haven't found any yet.
It's not working. His brain's not working.
I haven't found any. Apple blossom. Find apple blossom. Come on, I've got to get one. We've got to 1 o'clock.
Just gripping, yeah. Gripping this telly.
I've got to get one.
I'm looking at the wrong one. I was looking at this one.
Oh, my word.
So you get Sudoku as well, and you get a crossword puzzle in there.
Come on,
so there's
Sean.
plenty to keep you going if you're not out in the garden. You still not found one?
No.
Oh my word!
I'll keep me busy on my lunch break. But there's some special ones with flowers and things as well. But it's a great puzzles.
I can't believe you didn't find one.
I'm embarrassed now. Live TV on there. Anyway, that's free with every single order today. But we're going to move on to another magnificent houseplant. It is our triple stem yucca.
Everyone needs a yucca, don't they? If you've got a houseplant, you should have a yucca.
Well, one of the easiest houseplants to grow.
Absolutely.
This is a triple stem. So you've got a 20, 40 and...
A 60?
A 60, I want to say. It may even be... be slightly bigger. But look at the amount of shoots you've got on here.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
This is the beauty. So it provides kind of structure and architecture. It definitely transforms a space very, very quickly. When we were going to sell our house, actually, that's when I first got my yucca, because I was like, we need some plants in here. We need to make it look better. One yucca in a room really does make such a big difference. So easy to grow, requires barely any attention, very little watering needed. I repotted mine the other day because I got it near the front door, so it was starting to, the top bits were starting to lean towards the light.
Yeah.
So what I've done is repotted it and just twisted it so it'll start leaning back the other way. But I haven't watered it. I did water it when I repotted it, but other than that, I haven't touched it for about 2 months. It doesn't need it. All I do occasionally is take a damp cloth and wipe across the leaves. That's all you need to. So I get a damp cloth in one hand each and just wipe across the leaves to remove some of the dust. That's all I do with mine, but it looks beautiful.
Now, to get a triple stem yucca, we were right, it's 20,
mine's
30,
only a
60.
2-stem.
Triple stem, $29.99. They love a bright sunny spot, but not direct sun. So
not direct sun, yeah. It's bright but indirect is what we would say here.
And just when the top of the compost is dry, just give them a water. But my yucca, mine's really big. I've got 2 really big ones now. But they let me know when they need to water because it just starts to droop ever so slightly.
They do, just a little bit, don't they? But honestly, it's so simple.
Yeah.
During the winter, you barely touch them. During the summer, obviously, you'll water them a bit more. And with yuccas, as you say, it's just a case of feeling the top of the soil. If the top couple of centimetres are dry,
give it
a little bit of water, not a drenching, just a little bit of water on here.
But honestly, we wanted to introduce you to some of our houseplants because YouGarden have got an amazing selection of houseplants, and that price for $29.99 is incredible. What amazes me, my yucca's really big, but they actually seem to do well in a fairly small pot. They don't seem to need a huge pot.
They don't, and actually, this is something when I did and I literally repotted just 5 days ago. I think that was when I did it. They do not have a massive root ball at all. They really don't need a huge amount of space.
Now, postage-wise, $6.99 postage, but don't forget, if you get your order to over £40, then we will give you free delivery. So do bear that in mind. All orders over £40 say will get free delivery. But if you're only buying 1 or 2 things, you only pay 1 delivery. So the most you'd ever pay on an order would be $6.99. So you'd only ever get charged 1 delivery per order.
And remember that there are lots of items that we have on the show that have postage included as well. So, depending on what you're ordering, you may get free postage anyway under £40.
But that is, again, the DIY store that I was in, their yuccas were so expensive compared to ours.
Yeah, they are. I mean, mine was about that size when I bought it. Admittedly, it was only a 2-stem, but still, I paid more than £30 for mine. And it was just a 2-stem yucca, not a 3-stem.
Cool. Well, can we just say thank you to everyone that's joining us for our first live show of 2024. Good morning, Alwyn, by the way.
Good morning,
Happy New Year, Alwyn.
Happy New Year. I'm having a drink, excuse me.
It's all right. But if you've got any questions, any comments, if you just want to say hi, you can do it on the group chat on YouTube and Facebook. But we're really excited about this year. Right, one of my... I've sort of made some New Year's resolutions, the usual thing, get in shape, drink less, eat more healthily. But gardening-wise, my New Year's resolutions for gardening is just to grow a bit more fruit and veg this year. Okay, very good. Because I think I get sick of, the amount of fruit and veg that I think we all waste. Yeah. When you think about how many things go off in your fridge. Yeah. It's scandalous, isn't it? It's really bad. I was good over Christmas. You know when you do that Jenga puzzle of stuff that goes in the fridge. I was really good because I was quite conscious of it, the amount of food that we actually throw away. So I really did make sure that I planned it and used all of that stuff. But when it comes to the fruit bowl, I wasn't so good. There was lots of fruit that ended up going off and getting thrown away. And it's such a shame, isn't it? It is such a shame. So I would like to think that everyone grows a little bit of fruit and veg, no matter what size your garden is. And actually, we've got a great range on YouGarden. And it isn't just about saving money and helping with the environment, although I do hate to think of fruit and veg being shipped across the world now. Me too. It doesn't really make sense. But it's the taste and the flavours that you get. I just think if you've put the work in,
And not that we're talking about a massive amount of work, because a lot of what we bring is easy to grow. Gardening for everyone. It's not just experience, but it's, beginner gardeners that we cater for. But when you've put the work and the effort in, and you've watered something and you've cared for it and you've grown it, it just tastes so much better. You get a real sense of achievement. And when you pick that fruit off the tree, and in this case, it could be that cherry fruit that you're picking straight off here and popping into your mouth, the burst of flavour that you will get will just be the most satisfying thing ever.
I can almost taste it right now. By the way, we have got potato kits coming up a bit later on as well.
Potato kits. We've also held back some items because we just don't have the time to show you everything. So we are live from 10 o'clock on Wednesday and from 10 o'clock on Sunday. And we will have some new items for you.
And tomorrow on Thursday.
And tomorrow, yeah. And there is some lots of fruit stuff going on.
But we wanted to start the new year with this amazing cherry bush. Now, most people I know love cherries, either cherries to eat or cherry pies, cherry crumbles. But when we think of cherries, we think of big, huge cherry trees. And in the old days, you'd have to pick them, you'd have to be on a cherry picker, wouldn't you, to get to the top of the tree. But this variety is extremely special. It's an actual cherry bush. So not a tree, a bush.
Yeah, it grows naturally as a dwarf bush. So as you say, you don't need a cherry picker. That's why it was called a cherry picker, because naturally cherry trees grow incredibly tall, and you needed a cherry picker in order to get to the top of that cherry tree to be able to pick them. But this one grows as that dwarf bush. So we are talking 2 meters height, 2 meters spread, just as we're showing you here. She is able to reach forward and pick those cherries off that bush herself.
And when you look at that bush, it's absolutely smothered with cherries. And when you think a tiny punnet of cherries can cost you several pounds easily.
They really can, absolutely.
Now this particular offer today is half price. Again, we wanted to do something really spectacular for 2024. So we are saving £15 today. Now I'm thinking, Bex, again, sunshine ideally.
Yeah, totally. You're definitely going to want a sunshine spot. Obviously, you're going to get that lovely cherry blossom on here in the springtime, sort of April, May time. So, pollinators going to absolutely adore it. But then then that's going to turn into the fruit for you, which you will be picking around August and September time. Once this gets established, you can get up to 5 kilograms of fruit per plant that you have. Now, you can plant this out somewhere. If you've got this, we're only talking a couple of meters height and spread. You can plant this out in a border somewhere beautifully. But you could likewise keep this in a pot as well. We do have our heavy duty black pots, and this would live beautifully in one of those quite happily.
And we should get obviously cherries this first year as well.
You should get cherries, yes, this first year. And then obviously as it establishes, you will get more and more. And as I say, up to about 5 kilograms of cherries per plant if you are able to plant it out, and it can grow to its biggest size. Amazing. Honestly, I love the fact that you can pick. Look how juicy and glossy those are.
And when
I
you
could
think
eat one of those right now.
Up to 5 kilos.
Yeah, that's a
per
lot,
bush.
isn't it?
Well, you'd probably spend, I bet for 500 grams of cherries, you'd be talking at least a £5 nowadays, at least, wouldn't you?
Yeah, probably.
So you could get your money back within the first couple of years, easily.
Totally. But you'll have it for so many years. That's the thing. This is going to be a long-lived plant in your garden. You will get years and years worth of cherries out of these.
But I know when we first brought you this, it was one of the top sellers, and it's continued to be really popular because it is a bush rather than a tree.
Bush rather than a tree.
Not going to grow more than 2 meters, and it's going to produce hundreds of cherries, 5 kilos when it's fully mature per year.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good, isn't it?
I know. I haven't grown a cherry.
I
got apple, I got strawberry, I got garlic growing. What else have I got and done? So many different things, but I've not done a cherry.
Well, I know Elaine, one of our regulars, has just messaged and she's got one of the
well done,
dwarf cherry shrubs. So I'd love to hear how it's doing, Elaine. Obviously, at the moment, these are dormant, but when it comes to springtime, they'll start obviously get into blossom, and we'll get those cherries late summer, won't we?
Late summer, yeah, absolutely. And who was it? Eliza saying chop and freeze your fruit.
Yeah, totally agree, Eliza.
So you get it all in one go.
Yeah.
And you can be eating I'm sick of cherries. But you could actually freeze stuff, couldn't you? So that you can have it later on in the year. It's a great idea.
Great idea. Thank you, Eliza, for that one.
Yeah.
Right.
Them.
Yeah, we knew you'd love these. So we've got some really great offers to kickstart 2024. As ever, do use the offer code because that unlocks all of the various promotions available. Today's code for this week is YGTV0124. But we saw this little sneaky offer and you've loved it. $4.99 for 2 of our hanging baskets. They're normally $7.99 each, so 2 would be the best part of £16. But we are doing £3 off, and then it's a buy one, get one absolutely free. I think it's a really cute, don't you?
I love them.
Really nice, really attractive.
Really like the idea of these. Love that they're matching pots. If you want to use them as hangers, you can see how easy that was for me to attach those. But likewise, they are also very simple for you to take those off, and then you can use these just as pots on the ground if you want to as well. It's entirely up to you, but you will be able to use them time and time again, year after year. They do have drainage in the bottom as well. They have the raised drainage bits, so if you are putting them on the ground, there is space for that water to drain away. They are made of plastic, and that is not a bad thing. I used to be quite snobby when it came to plastic pots, but I have realised the benefits. And do you know what? I've got a mixture, of course. I've still got some ceramic, I've still got some terracotta pots, but I have very much turned on to the benefits of using plastic pots. They're lightweight, for starters, which means if you're hanging them, I mean, they'll be a bit heavier once you put the compost in, but if you're hanging them, it's a bit easier to get them up and hang them. If you're lifting them to move them around the garden, they are a bit more lightweight. If you accidentally knock them over and they hit the ground, they're not going to crack and break. So there are many benefits.
And I don't mind telling you, some of my hanging baskets have got liners, and you've got to replace those every few years.
They're so annoying.
And they're expensive now. Hanging basket liners, ridiculous compared to what they used to be. So with these, you don't need to add anything. They are as they are, and you'll have them for many years to come. I just think they're really cute, but they are selling really well. So if you want to go for those, it's a buy one, get one free at just £4.99 for 2 of those. And also, these are gorgeous, aren't they? These are also lovely. On a buy one, get one free today. So it's £11.99 for 2 of the Tuscany Roman planters. They look, I think you'll agree, like solid terracotta. They've got that really wonderful aged look. A bit like me, Bex. That wonderful aged look.
A wonderful aged look. Well, we're both there, aren't we?
I think I'm more aged than you.
I think I've lived a what do I want to say? An eventful life. Yeah, I've been a bit cruel. I've been a bit more naughty.
Quite a party girl. She's calmed down now. She's reached an age like me. She enjoys her gardening. You enjoy a bit of peace and quiet, don't you?
I've calmed down, haven't I?
We've known each other 20 years, and she was a party girl.
I'm not anymore.
No,
no, I'm glad. I'm really glad. I couldn't have maintained that.
No, and we both. I think as we got older, we both really appreciated just the simpler things in life.
Oh, yeah.
And for us, there's nothing better than time in the garden. I still like to say we're not boring.
No.
I actually,
honest.
In fact, I partied quite hard over Christmas.
You had a great time over Christmas, didn't you?
I have put some pictures on my Facebook this morning. It's kind of a collage of some of the things that I did over Christmas, including being an ugly sister in pantomime as well.
Check those pictures out. They are amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had a more eventful Christmas than me. You did.
But we have got, going back to our aged planters, these look beautifully aged, don't they?
They do look beautifully aged. I like the kind of distressed, brushed effect that you've got on the patterning on here. I love the swags and tails that we've got going on at the top. The gorgeous design. It definitely looks very Tuscany, doesn't it? You can see why they've been named that. They do look beautiful, and as I say, I was going to say from a distance, but even close up, you wouldn't know that these are a plastic pot. You absolutely wouldn't.
But we've had recently, especially where I live, really strong winds. And I bet a lot of people have lost pots because they've blown over, they've cracked, they've smashed. That's never going to happen with these.
No.
So they're not going to break. They are fully frost, obviously proof, UV resistant. They should stay looking good for many, many years, if not decades. And again, great drainage. That is so important. We've had very heavy rain for most of December. And I bet a lot of pots have been waterlogged if they haven't got the right drainage.
Yeah.
All of our pots have got really good drainage.
They've got so there's lots of drainage holes. It is slightly raised as well, and there are channels for those to come out. And so these are, the drainage holes are already there, which I do point out because I've had to make holes in pots previously.
It's really annoying, isn't it?
And it's really annoying. You're either getting the drill out to do it, or I did it with a knife, and then, that's dangerous. You can cut yourself. But what I also ended up doing was splitting the pot.
I've done that myself.
These are already in here. You don't need to worry about them.
And annoyingly, I did buy some pots that had, and it's a good idea, but they had like a plug in the bottom. So I guess you could use it indoor and outdoor.
Oh, right, yeah.
But I forgot to take it out on one of them. And I looked at one of my plants, it was like, I was like, what's wrong with that? I was like, that looks terrible. And it had got waterlogged.
Yeah.
Because I'd not taken the plug out the bottom. So it was really struggling. I just salvaged it. It's like,
quick!
But drainage is really important, particularly with climate change and you don't know what's happening. Good drainage for most plants is really, really important. You'll get that with all the pots, including the Tuscans. But they're really attractive, aren't they? Like
really
those.
Attractive, and it's a buy one, get one free. So remember, with any buy one, get one free offer that we bring you, put one in your basket, use the code that you can see on the screen there, YGTV0124, and we will automatically put the second one into the basket for you, and we will also add that free gift in as well.
But thank you, lots of you joining us for our very first show of 2024. And thanks again. I know we did pre-record some shows for between Christmas and New Year, and a lot of you did stream those. They're still there. I think the clearing show did really well as well.
Yeah, I bet it did.
Yes, it's still there.
Some good deals.
Just go to YouGarden.com and you'll see the catch-up shows as well. Gonna just mention our best-selling product of all time, and I've got a sneaky feeling it will be the bestseller of 2024. It is our premium professional compost, 100 litres for $24.98. Don't forget, we do have the offer today where you spend £40, you'll get free delivery on your entire order. So if you've currently got a basket open and you've got postage to pay, could be a great way of maybe getting your basket to over £40 and getting that free delivery. But I know we've got some new viewers watching today and you may have never experienced our compost. We must have sold, it must be millions of litres, mustn't it?
It's the best-selling item that we bring you either on YGTV or YouGarden as a whole via the website. It is the best-selling item, and there is a really good reason for it, and that is because it works. It works like you wouldn't believe. I didn't put too much importance in the compost that I was buying, and that was obviously a massive mistake because things weren't thriving. And I was like, well, it's just dirt. It doesn't matter. I would go and buy the cheapest thing, the stuff that was on offer, and it is so not.
And I think a lot of people do.
Yeah.
You say, oh, that'll do.
No. They're living in this. This is where they're getting all their goodness. This is where they're drawing up the moisture. This is where they're drawing up their food. It's really important to get good quality compost, and that is what this is. We don't just call it premium professional compost to make it sound, oh, you need to buy this. It's premium, it's professional. It really is premium professional compost. This is the compost that the nursery, whose job it is to buy, grow, sell plants, this is the compost that they use. They are not going to use an inferior product for their plants.
At this time of year, we do pot on a lot of our plants. We'll be planting bare root roses and things like that. And this is the compost that is used here in the nursery. So it has got to be the best. It is a commercial compost, so when it arrives, don't expect lots of fancy packaging and writing and marketing spiel. It does arrive in the 2 white bags. They're 50 litres each, so it makes it a little bit handier to handle them. But let's talk about what's in it, because this is really important.
So it's got a whole bunch of ingredients in here, all scientifically backed, all made to the same recipe each and every time, so you'll get that same quality every time. The texture, first of all, is amazing. This is what I'm showing you when I'm running my hands through it. It's beautiful, it's light, it's airy, it's fluffy. It's what we call a friable texture. Now, the importance of that is for roots to be able to spread and grow. If roots can spread, if they can search out the goodness, if they can search out the water, if they can search out their food, they are going going to be bigger, better, healthier plants. And in order to do that, they need space to grow. They need space to breathe. In fact, that's really, really important. And that's what the texture of this compost actually allows for. Now, we've got all these amazing ingredients. As I'm lifting this and running through it, you'll be able to see these lovely little green balls within that compost. There's loads of them, really wonderfully spaced throughout here. Now, that is a slow release fertilizer. That's going to feed your plants for a good 5 to 6 months once you first plant them out in here. That is vitally important. You will still continue to do your water-based feeding, and if you don't, we highly recommend it. We've got an amazing product called Blooming Fast. You will still continue to do that, but slow release feed is, look at those green balls there. Look. Slow release is amazing. It means your plants can get the food as and when they need it, which is really, really important. What else have we got in here, Sean?
You have got 3 different types of peats. You've got white and you've got the dark peats as well. Now, we have reduced the quantity of those, just keep up with environmental issues and things like that. But those peats are amazing in here. So select really white and dark peats. There's also a wetting agent as well, because compost can dry out, can't it?
It can, absolutely. So there's a wetting agent which helps to obviously retain that moisture. But you'll also see there's what's called composted wood fibre that's running throughout this compost. And that also helps. It helps with a few different things. Helps with the texture, helps it keep it light and airy. But it also helps to retain the moisture in here as well as allowing for even water distribution.
And you have got lime in there to balance the pH as well. It is honestly the most amazing compost. Over the years, we've had thousands of 5-star reviews, and we do deliver it absolutely free of charge as well. Now, in terms of price, it's $24.98. We don't claim to be the cheapest, but actually, we are not expensive either. Particularly, compost has gone up in price. If you look at the big DIY stores, quite often you see compost now for £9, £10 a bag, but it will not be the quality that ours is. And if you are a club member, as we mentioned earlier, you get 10% off this every time you order. So that would give you a £2.50 saving, bringing it down to about £22.50. And with every order today, just get the brains working again. If they got a bit foggy, we have... I was useless.
Stuart's going to have the Sudoku. We'll give the crossword a go, but we're probably more on the word search, aren't we?
I like all of those.
Do you?
I'm really good at maths, so I should probably do the Sudoku. No, because I'm good at maths, and I should challenge myself. Challenge yourself,
yes. Absolutely. Well, you are going to get a selection of these. All you have to do is enter in that code YGTV0124, and you will get a free gift included. Which also, you know, if you it brings the price of this down a little bit. But it's not just about the price, and this is what we want to get across to everybody. Please, it's not just about buying the cheapest. Actually, when it comes to feeding your plants and the stuff they're going to live in, it's about getting quality, and that is what this is. If you are in any doubt whatsoever, just ask the group. There's a bunch of our regulars on there who will tell you how good this is. There's so many of them that will say they will not use anything else. We've had thousands and thousands of reviews over the years.
Really have.
People genuinely come back time and time again for this product.
And a lot of you do bulk order. Quite often you buy 6, 8 bags at
and you can.
a time.
Nothing's stopping you.
And great for seeds as well. We say everything from seeds all the way through to trees.
Yeah.
And it won't be long now. In fact, I've got a few seeds that I will be planting in the next few weeks.
Yeah.
So... well, anyway, thank you so much for joining us. We've still got loads coming up. We've got the potato kit, haven't we?
Yeah, we've got potatoes, we've got Nandinas, we've got Kojo no Mai coming up. We've got some more lilies, we've got another rose coming up.
Yes, we have.
Great deal on the Ceanothus.
That's still $6.99. Good morning, Jan, by the way, who's just joined us as well. I do feel refreshed, don't you?
I feel beautifully refreshed.
Yeah.
Excited.
And I love Christmas and New Year, but I like this time of year, planning your gardens, beginning to think about spring. And I know it's a little way off, but I start counting the weeks. I'm thinking, I'm about 4 weeks in January. February's a short month. It's about 4 weeks in February, 8 weeks, then we're into March.
And then we're going to start seeing the little things coming up.
So it's not that long.
All those spring bulbs, they're going to be springing into life, aren't they?
Anyway, let's remind you of some of the great plans and offers we've had so far today on YouGarden TV. Right, this has been really popular, and it is one of the world's first hardy gardenias. So you probably think of gardenias as a house plant, and they do make a magnificent house plant, but this has been specially bred to be winter hardy. It's actually winter hardy down to -10. It's evergreen, so you've got that lovely glossy green foliage all year round. But look at the flowers. This is the pinwheel. Isn't that gorgeous? The centre of that almost looks like it's been wrapped in ribbon, doesn't it? A really fine ribbon. But you'll know with the gardenia, the fragrance is incredible. So what we'd suggest is probably keep this in a pot outside. Then you can move it around. You can have it next to you when you're outside, having a nice summer barbecue, something like that. But it is an absolutely magnificent plant, and it is down today to only £6.99. 511364 for the Gardenia Jasminoids pinwheel. Now, I can honestly, personally recommend the Astilbes. I grew these as bare roots about 3 years ago, and last year, well, they were great in the first year, but last year they were magnificent. We did a buy one, get one free. The bouquet mix has got gorgeous colours. I've only got pink and cream, but you've got plums, you've got reds, you've got this fantastic selection. Now, in terms of position, they kind of like dapple shade. So not too much sun, it's a nice dapple shade. They like the soil to be fairly moist as well, so they don't like drying out. So don't put them in a sunny position where they're going to get really dry. They like dapple shade and relatively moist soil, but honestly very, very easy to grow. They will die down, so they are herbaceous, they will die down during the winter months, but they'll come back bigger and stronger every single year. And I don't quite know how to describe the flowers, but they're kind of like, for want of a better word, kind of tufty, fluffy. They're really pretty. They're soft to the touch, so really soft, but make the most magnificent shows. And the value today, they're working out £1.30 each, which is just incredible. Great time to plant your bare roots. Just make sure the soil isn't waterlogged. I know we've had a lot of rain, obviously, but it does forecast to be fairly dry over the next couple of weeks. So by the time these arrive, it would probably be perfect planting conditions. 580058. Now, another stonking offer next, and it's our Gladioli bulbs. It's buy 100 and get another 100 absolutely free. And this is the wonderful colour mix here, loads of glorious colours. These are tall, so great for the back of a border. These will grow around about 1 metre tall. Great as a cut flower, obviously, as well. And just striking, bold and glorious. They, I think, look great on mass. That's how you see them displayed right now, but also a magnificent cut flower. And it works out just over 7 pence a bulb. I think it works out 7.5 pence per bulb. So amazing value. Grow some cut flowers as well, and they are only £14.98 today. So you're saving a fiver, but you'll get a second bag absolutely free. Now, something that I have fallen in love with today, putting together my first order of 2024, and it is the Patty's Plum Bare Root Poppy. What a magnificent specimen this is. So almost half price this one, you get 3 bare roots. So you will get poppies this year, but I will be honest, in year 2 or 3, that's when these will really start to deliver. It's quite a big poppy, so will grow up to about 90 centimetres, this one. Also does love a sunny spot, and the flowers can last up to 6 weeks. I had a few wild poppies in my garden last year and they were great, but they literally lasted a day, some of them. The flowers in here can last up to 6 weeks. What I tend to do is cut them back after they've flowered, and you might even get a second bunch of poppies. Probably not as many, but you may get a few more in the autumn time as well. 580059 for the Patty's Plum 3 bare root poppies. That are just magnificent, and obviously a great one for the bees and the butterflies and the pollinators. Then we also had a magnificent deal on our Garden Glamour collection, 530011. I know this is one of Bex loves glamour in the garden, and this is one of her favourite rose collections. So you've got some real favourites in here, actually, including Queen Elizabeth. You've got Arthur Bell in there as well. So some really well-known favourites. The peace roses in there. But what these will do is give you colour all summer long. Roses I think it's fair to say over the past few decades, the breeding has really advanced. So roses in general tend to be a lot more disease resistant, a lot more tolerant. They make obviously a great cut flower as well. Generally speaking, most roses, not all, but most roses do like a sunny spot, but they'll tolerate part sun. Pruning wise, I'm not a purist when it comes to pruning my roses. I've been quite harsh sometimes cutting them back, but as we said earlier, just a really nice sharp pair of secateurs just to make sure that the cuts are always clean. But yeah, they will flower and flower all summer long and come back year after year. And to buy them as a bare root is so cost effective. We would sell a rose in a pot for $19.99. Most, I was going to say, every year we'll have roses that kind of price. And then you'll be paying postage as well. So to buy them as a bare root now will save you an awful lot of money, but also you have got the pleasure of growing those. 530011, all 5 for just $19.99 with postage included. And then these have been really popular. Yes, this is a bit of a YouGarden legend. They are our magnificent Skyscraper lilies. Now we have got lots of different types of lilies, but these are the biggest. So even in the first year, each one of these will grow about 4 foot to 5 foot, even in the first year, can reach a maximum height of 6 to even 7 foot. Each stem can have up to 20 flowers on it as well, which is incredible. And you're actually going to get 5 different varieties here, and they include ones such as the Saltarello, you've got the gorgeous Matisse in there, there's the Manissa in there. You've also got the Amorossi. So all of those different varieties for just £13.95. Amazing value, saving £26 today. Now maybe you've taken down your decorations, the house is looking a little bit bare. Well, we've got 6 houseplants for £27.99. These are amazing. They work out about £4.50 each. All relatively easy to grow as well, so they're not hard, they're not difficult, but they will just create a fabulous environment for your home. They are known, many houseplants are known to help purify the air, of course, as well, but also just to give you that feeling of well-being. I love houseplants, and these are a great selection, all different looks, different leaves, different textures, but all easy to look after. And a really good size on those as well. £27.99, 800 197. Then we brought you a little bit of grow year. Now we have selected today the Athos cherry. Now this is the first cherry bush that we've had on the show. So it doesn't go to a tree, it's an actual bush. You can even actually grow it as a hedge, as you can see here. So maximum growth, about 2 meters in terms of height. So that means you're always going to be able to reach the cherries. You're always going to be able to pick them. Once these are mature, you can get up to 5 kilos of cherries on one single bush, which is incredible. Loves a sunny spot. What I would say, you might want to net it in high season when the cherries are nice and ripe, just to keep them safe from the birds, but incredibly easy to grow. And that one is half price today at just £14.99, 300 175. Right, if you've just joined us, by the way, good morning. Now, you might be new to the show. So, we launched YouGarden TV in August last year. We've taken things relatively softly, so we haven't marketed the show lots.
Nope.
But what's been incredible, the support we've had is, well, it's been amazing. In fact, December, you'd expect to be a quieter month, and it was actually really busy.
Busier, yeah.
So we are growing, and we've got massive plans for 2024. But we'll just go through a few of the basics. So first of all, my name is Sean. I'm Sean Ryan. This is lovely Bex Edwards. If you want to find us on our social media, because we do post about the shows, we keep you up to date. That's your Facebook and Instagram. Yeah,
there's me. I'm Bex Edwards, My Garden on Instagram. And if you search Rebecca Bex Edwards on Facebook, you'll find me on there as well. I've been a bit slow. I haven't posted much over the last couple of weeks, but I'm going to get back on it again.
Well, you were friends and family.
Exactly. I think we all were, weren't we? But yeah, we're going to post lots of things and tell you about what's coming up and the shows and things and what's happening. And Sean is... is Sean Ryan, presenter and plant man.
Yes.
On both.
And I do
He's
tend
made
to...
it a bit easier to find.
Yeah.
Sorry. I've
So
tried
I
to
know
change
what
it.
I'm
It
doing.
won't let me change it.
I do tend to put a bit more on Facebook, but I will do a little bit more on Instagram, but I am on both. And I did put my Christmas highlights on last night.
Yeah, have a look. It's good. It's really good.
And if you,
It's
one
really
of
good.
them, I'm wearing a wig and a dress because I was playing an ugly sister in pantomime. I forgot to tell you as well. So, also, I went to see a pantomime in Corby
Right.
with my nieces.
Yeah.
So I don't mind being on stage when they come up, but I hate being dragged up.
Oh my God, did they drag you up?
The two ugly sisters dragged me up on stage, seriously.
How did they know it was you?
They didn't
Well,
know
not
it was me.
you,
They just-
but...
I was flattered at first because it was Cinderella, and they were looking. They were actually looking for what they thought was the most eligible bachelor.
Ah!
So they picked me. I was like, oh, I feel really good. And then they dragged me up on stage.
Brilliant.
And then decided they didn't like me after all. Yeah, yeah. And but my nieces thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, I bet they did.
And when you sat there like a lemon and you can't say anything, they just. But it was funny. It was really
Good.
funny. And they also soaked me with water as well. So anyway, but normally we do talk about plants
and things.
gardening. So you get updates about the shows, what we're doing in our own gardens, of course.
Absolutely, and you can follow the YouGarden social
Yeah.
media pages as well. There's always lots of good information on there. We're actually on TikTok as well. If you fancy, if you're on TikTok, you want to join the YouGarden show on TikTok, you can watch bits on there as well.
So our live shows are Wednesday and Thursday, 10 till 1. Sunday, we're a little bit longer.
10 till 2.
Also, the shows always have special offers that are exclusive to YouGarden TV. So we like to do a free gift, and they change on a regular basis. Today's free gift is something a little bit different. It's a selection of puzzle books, and it's only for this week. But we just thought, obviously it's winter, you might not be able to do a lot this January. So just a few things to get the brain going again, to clear that fog.
I love it. I love a word search, love a crossword, love a bit of Sudoku, and you've got all of that included in here. And there's lots in there as well, by the way. It's not just a couple of pages. There are lots and lots in here. This one's got the big print, the large print in there as well. So there's loads in there to keep you busy and going.
Yeah, it could make a great little gift for somebody as well. So there, I know my mum would love those. I love them as well. I like Sudoku.
We're going to do it on a lunch break, aren't we?
We are. We're going to get that brain going again.
Absolutely.
So that's your free gift. But also, by using that off code YGTV0124, it unlocks all the other promotions. So there may be a buy one, get one free, there may be extra discounts, but always put that code in before you check out.
Every single order. It's the biggest thing that you'll hear us saying it a lot. We're so sorry if you watch us regularly and you get bored of us saying it, but we do need to keep reminding you, because it unlocks absolutely every single offer. Buy one, get one free, double up deal, any free postage offers, any particular extra deal is unlocked using that code.
But more than ever, we want you to be part of our garden community.
Yes,
we feel we've already made some really good friends with some of our regular viewers last year. We want that to continue. We've had great support. And it is nice. Gardening is about sharing, isn't it?
It is.
And we don't consider ourselves absolute top experts. We're the deputy head gardeners here.
Deputy head, yes. Our head gardener.
Yes, Peter McDermott is incredibly knowledgeable. But between us, we're also very knowledgeable. Aren't we?
Do you know what? Sean's been gardening since he was a kid. You've always loved it, haven't you?
Always
loved it.
I was brought up to garden.
I came to it slightly later in life, but you know what? I'm doing my best to catch up now. For the last sort of 7-8 years, I've really found a lovely zen, relaxing, calming space being in my garden, and I thoroughly enjoy being out there.
And they always say a garden is never done, which is true. It's always an ongoing project, but also you never stop learning, and we always, I would say every week in YouGarden, we both learn some new things.
We're learning so much being here,
because there's always new varieties, new species. So it's just a wonderful place to be, and we love to share our knowledge, and we love to hear from you. So always chat to us on the group chat on YouTube and Facebook, or you can chat with us on our social media as well. Right, got some more brand new things for you, and I tell you what, we are really excited about our potato growing kit. This is amazing, actually.
Love the potato growing kit. I mean, I did grow potatoes last year. Had an absolute wonderful time doing it. Got my little kid involved. I've got 2 sons, and the eldest one's not bothered, but the youngest son, he was so excited about this. And we are... there he is, look. He's digging up the potatoes.
It looks so like you.
So we actually grew them in the bags, and then we tipped them out into one of these buckets here to
wow.
Oh, look. He was so happy.
And did they taste really good?
They tasted so good. Honestly, they were delicious, and the boys were so thrilled. They were, they got involved. Getting kids involved.
A great clip of film, isn't it?
It's a great way of getting kids involved in gardening. Henry was so excited. He had the best time digging those out, and he thought one looked like bum cheeks. He says it on one of the videos as well. It's very cute.
Yes, we muted that one.
We muted it.
For our daytime
yes, he
viewers'
thought
backs.
it was hilarious.
Look
at all those though. We dug loads of potatoes out of there, and it was so much fun. And you are getting pretty much everything you need. You just need to add compost to this kit, because you're getting the 3 heavy-duty pots. You're getting the tubers in there in the 3 different varieties, and you're getting the potato fertiliser included. So all you need to add into this is some compost, and you're good to go.
Sure. Now, I didn't grow potatoes last year, but I am definitely growing this year because I love my spuds.
I love a spud. There's so much you can do with them.
Yeah.
So much.
There is.
And you are getting 3 different varieties included in here as well. So you get the Charlotte, which has the Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit. That is your salad potato for you to enjoy hot or cold.
I love that.
You get the Pentland, which is your new potato, and that will be ready for picking about 12 weeks after planting. And you get the Desiree included in there as well, which we know the Desiree potato is really versatile. It's a masher, it's a roaster, it's a boiler, you can even use Desiree as a jacket potato if you get them big enough. And that one has the Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit as well. So you get 3 amazing varieties.
And you get 6 tubers of each there.
Yeah.
You'll also get the 3 heavy-duty pots. Now, I'm not being funny, but that would be a good price just for the 3 heavy-duty pots. And you can use those. I mean, I've had mine 10 years. Yeah. At least, actually, now. Probably 11, 12. And you don't always have to grow potatoes in them. They're great for... Oh, God.
So much.
Tomatoes I had in mine last year, raspberries.
Yeah, I've got garlic growing in them. I've grown strawberries previously, and I've got garlic, and I've got an apple tree growing in them at the moment. And a cordyline.
But they're also great for just everyday gardening. You can use them as a garden trug. You can use them to carry logs in for your log burner. You can use them for collecting leaves, all sorts of things.
What makes these brilliant, particularly for growing things like potatoes, any kind of grow your own, or any plant really, because you don't want them to get too waterlogged, and potatoes in particular, because they can rot, can't they? And these are great for that, because they not only have the drainage holes on the bottom, but they also have these big drainage holes on the side. This is why these are commercial growing pots. This is what the nursery uses to grow their fruit trees and things in, because you stand very little risk of any plant getting waterlogged, even in this horrendous weather, because you've got decent drainage going on.
And because you've got the carry handles, and we do heavy-duty pots without the handles, we should point out, but my favourite is
the ones with the handles. Yeah, it makes it easier to move around the garden. Obviously, once this is full of compost and maybe you've got a tree growing in it or whatever, it'll be a bit heavier. But between 2 of you can easily do this. And the handles are moulded into place. There is no cracking, breaking, or ripping these handles off.
And these are the perfect pots to grow your potatoes.
Really are.
If you're thinking, I love the idea of growing potatoes, but I don't want to be digging potatoes out of the ground. I mean, the old way of growing potatoes in the ground. I said the old way, traditional way. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
If you're fit and healthy, great, and you've got lots of time, but this makes it so much easier.
Yeah, so we grew ours, last year, because we did a deal last year on YouGarden, which was this deal, but it was with the green bags to grow them in, which is what I grew them in last year. And it doesn't matter, either one works brilliantly. All we did was then tip it out. You can tip it out onto a sheet on the ground, tip it out into another bucket like you saw we did in that video, and then it makes it so much easier to pick those potatoes out.
Well, let's go through the process. Oh, you also get your fertiliser as well. So let's go through the process of growing these. And actually, January tends to be the busiest month for our potato kits. It is, yeah. So I'm presuming you got yours to chit, first of all, yes?
Yes, indeed. So what you need to do is take your potatoes out of the bag, and then you need to chit them. Now, the chitting process is very, very easy. What I did was got an egg carton,
that's
an old egg egg carton, and then you sort of stand the potatoes, the seed potatoes, on end inside the egg carton, and then you just put them somewhere warm, basically, for about 4 or 5 weeks, maybe 6 weeks, and you're going to wait for the shoots to come out. So loads of shoots. You want loads of shoots coming out of the potato.
Like little green shoots.
All those green shoots. So once you've got a decent amount of shoots coming out of each of those, then they're ready for you to plant. So what you'll do is then take your chitted potatoes and you're going to put them into your heavy-duty pot. So you'll put a little layer of compost in the bottom, maybe about 4 or 5 inches.
I'm assuming you used our prima facie compost, of course.
Always. So I'd put about 4 or 5 inches worth of compost in the bottom, maybe a bit more, and then just put your potatoes, your seed potatoes in there, and then just cover them with compost. Then you're going to wait for some green growth. And then you're going to be really mean. Yeah. And you're going to cover that green growth over. Bury the leaves and then wait for the green growth again. Once you've got a decent amount, bury it again. Bit more growth, but bury it again. Just keep doing that.
And did you sprinkle fertiliser on each time?
I did. So
each time you buried,
each time you just, all you do is take a little bit of that fertiliser. Yeah. The instructions are on there. Just sprinkle a little bit of the fertiliser in at each time you bury them. And then once you get sort of near to the top of the pot, do your last bury and then you leave it. And you leave it to grow. You water it, you look after it, you feed it, you do what you need to do with it. And then you get these flowers growing on there, little white flowers that appear. And basically the general sort of rule is that once the flowers start to fade, the potatoes are ready to pick.
I mean, it's so easy. And if you've only got a small garden, if you've got room for 3 of these, which most people have, you can grow your own potatoes.
So these were all lined up against my conservatory wall, a lovely sunny spot. You know, I got the strawberries there, and I got the potatoes there, and I got the apple tree on the end, and they were all just lined up in front of the conservatory.
And we do sell each year, for want of a better word, a refill kit. So we do sell extra tubers each year as well, things like that. But you've got those heavy-duty pots to keep for life.
For so long.
And so such a good deal, that, and all you need to do is add your compost. Don't forget, if you do add your compost to the order, that would take your total to over £40.
Yes, it would,
So you get free delivery as well. But I know whenever I've grown potatoes, I'll be honest, I didn't grow them last year. I don't know why.
Well, look, there's my rhubarb in the background as well, and the rosemary.
And you've got what I'd call a family garden.
It is, yeah.
And yet you still managed to grow loads of your own things.
I got loads to grow your own. Yeah. I've got some herbs growing. I've got some rhubarb. I've got some thyme. I've got apple tree, garlic, strawberries, potatoes. You know, there's plenty of stuff going on there. And what I've done is I've mixed it in with everything else that's growing in the garden. I don't have a specific grow your own area.
But I would love you to try this. It's a very busy month for potatoes, January here at YouGarden. You've got everything you need there, just add some compost. Now, we've also got another fruit tree for you next. And we've planted this up in a heavy-duty pot just to show you the perfect environment for it. But you'll actually get a bare root for just £17.99. So that's what you'll actually get. You can plant it in the ground, of course, but also it will grow very happily in one of those 30-litre heavy-duty pots. Then it'll be happy there for many, many years to come. It's amazing. That, if you saw that in a garden centre in springtime, when it starts to bud and blossom, you could be paying, I would say, £40, £50 at least.
Oh, at least. Yeah, for sure. And the thing is, what you've got here, and it's like witchcraft, you've got a duo fruit pear tree, okay? So there's been some really clever, meticulous grafting that's been going on here, and I don't just mean hard work. I do mean that they have grafted 2 pear trees onto the one dwarfing rootstock. So you can grow, with this particular plant here, you can grow both your conference pear and your Concord pear on the same tree.
That is amazing, isn't it?
It's witchcraft. It's incredible. Honestly, you will get one variety growing on one stem and you will get another variety growing on the other stem. The conference pear being just outstanding flavour, remains one of the most popular pears grown in Britain. It's beautiful. And if you pick them slightly early, you can keep them for a good couple of months as well. They will keep for a while. And then on the other side, you can get the Concord as well, which is a beautiful, sweet, irresistible flavour going on there as well. Both of them cropping around September and into October time, so you'll get 2 beautiful varieties happening on the same tree.
And as you said, if you pick them in a cool, dark place,
then they can keep for a good couple of months. Now with this, you can grow it in the pot, as we're showing you here, but also because it's got this wonderful V shape going on, you could actually train this to grow up a fence or up a wall.
And that actually looks really attractive when you do that,
I like the idea of that.
Yeah, I do.
If you've got a nice sunny spot, a nice sunny wall, a nice sunny fence for this to grow up, you could do that really happily.
In fact, I've got a friend called Hillary, and she's got a stone wall, and she's got 3 fruit trees growing up that stone wall, and it looks really attractive. But then you've got all the benefit of that, what I call free fruit, which it is.
And do you know what? It means that smaller gardens, and a lot of gardens are small, you know, we don't have loads of space, we don't have massive gardens, we don't have orchards to grow these kinds of things, but we can, because these have been grafted onto that dwarfing rootstock, they're not going to get as big. They can be grown in pots, they can be trained up walls, which means that you've got space saving going on with this as well.
That is a really good price as well, $17.99. Don't forget, postage-wise, if you spend £40 or more, you get free postage. But also, we only charge you 1 postage per order. So whatever the highest P&P is, normally the biggest item, that would cover your postage for the entire order. So do bear that in mind. Adam's back.
Good morning, Adam.
Is that clay soil, Adam?
It's my friend Adam who's got the clay soil, just like me.
Clay soil Adam, that's his nickname, isn't it? Yeah.
The way that Stuart always says it, Adam's in the chat, your brother in clay soil.
Yes. But thank you to everyone that's joined us today for our very first show of 2024. It's lovely to be back here in our potting shed. We missed our potting shed, didn't we?
We did miss our potting shed. I had a lovely break and I very much enjoyed all the family time, but I'm pleased to be back and seeing your face.
Yeah, same here.
It's nice, isn't it?
It's lovely, it's lovely. Back in our happy place and back with you lovely viewers as well. You really mean the world to us, so thank you so much for joining us today. Right, got a few little bargains for you now. Ceanothus, we have kept the price of $6.99. It was one of the top sellers towards the end of last year. It's $6.99 today with a saving of £8. And look at how good it looks. It's January the 3rd. A lot of plants and humans are looking a little bit worse for wear. A little bit jaded. Now. Yeah, a bit jaded. This doesn't, because it is fully evergreen. You've got this gorgeous glossy foliage all year round. But I tell you what, when it comes to springtime, imagine this in May, it's going to be covered in this gorgeous lilac. And I always think that the colour of Ceanothus is incredible. This is your mum and dad's, isn't it?
Yeah, mum and dad's Ceanothus. I filmed this earlier on this year. Last year now, I can say. Now, they were saying that they think this is about 4 years old. So, 4 or 5 years old, and that's how big this has grown. It is absolutely beautiful if you want a statement plant in a border. And when it comes to spring, when it comes to April and May, this is the standout plant. This is the one that you look at. This is the one that draws your attention because of all those pom-poms of beautiful lilac-coloured flowers that you get on here. It really does draw your attention.
And I was just thinking, I don't think I've ever seen a Ceanothus in flower that's just got a few little blooms.
No,
they always tend to be
it's always covered.
Yeah. Their natural habitat when they flower does tend to be incredible. Great for pollinators, of course, as ever. Very easy to grow. And I'm just thinking about the Ceanothus that I've seen in my lifetime. When it comes to Maytime, I don't know any other shrub that looks as good as the Ceanothus. They are magnificent. Now, they do look like sunny spots.
They do. Sunny, mostly sun, but a bit of shade isn't going to be a problem for it at all. If you want good blooms, you want as much sun on there as you can possibly get.
And they do grow very well in a pot.
They do grow. Your mum's had one in a pot for ages, didn't she?
My mum's was in a pot for about 8 years and it flowered every single year. The only thing we used to have to do was sometimes keep an eye on it in terms of drying out.
Yes.
But we put it in one of her new borders last year and it went absolutely crazy.
Well, it has the Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit, and that's not something that should be taken lightly. It's a really important and prestigious award. It means that they, the Royal Horticultural Society, the real experts, they have taken it, they've trialled it, they've tested it, they have put it through its paces, and they've given it this award that says it's a proven performer in our UK climate, in our UK gardens. And this one really is. It's a proper workhorse. It's winter hardy. It has our lifetime guarantee as well. But this one, without fail, every single springtime will give you the most beautiful display. And You often get a second
Yes.
flourish of flowers from this
Yeah,
in
not-
sort of September, October time.
Yeah, not as dramatic.
Not like that, but yeah, you get some, don't you?
And very easy to prune. If you don't want it to get too big, nice and easy to prune. It's really easy to grow this one, but
So
absolutely
easy.
magnificent. And the price today, bear in mind, it does arrive in a 2-litre pot, so it's already well established. That is down to £6.99. I don't know why the price is so low. I really don't.
Wasn't this the one that we were trying to clear? Didn't we have too many of these? So this one was an over-order
You're
one,
right.
wasn't it?
Yes.
So basically, we'd over-ordered. Somebody added a 0 or something to the order. So we ordered more than we should have done. There is no way, or there's no other reason for this to be as low a price as it is. We just need to clear some space.
and I
You
will
need
be
to take
honest,
advantage of this while it's at this price.
if all the extra stock isn't cleared, they'll probably just be potted on. But once you get in a bigger pot, then the price obviously does go up quite substantially. So to get that size right now for £6.99 is incredible. I got mine because I didn't have a Ceanothus. So.
No, I know, I shamed you, didn't I?
You did.
I shamed him. But
It's true.
You've got a lovely big garden, haven't you? You've worked hard and you've now got the garden of your dreams.
Well,
where you're going to have.
Some bits are nice.
But he's got a nice big garden. So, and I think every garden should have a Ceanothus. I think there's a space
totally agree.
in everybody's garden, even if you've got the smallest garden, because this one's going to really perform for you. Everybody should have one of these. So yes, that's why I was shaming him, because he's got space to maybe have 4 Ceanothuses.
Well, I know I haven't planted mine yet, but next week's really nice where I live, so I'm going to be out there. But I've had a little orangery built or conservatory, whatever you want to call it, lean-to, whatever. But
he wants to make it sound posher than it is,
I
that's
do.
why.
But I know that when I sit in there, I want to see wonderful plants just through the windows. So that is going to go right next to it in a border.
You often say, and I know, Stuart, you want us to move on, sorry. You often say about how, I think it was Peter, our head gardener, that said it to you, you need a plant of interest in every month or every season in your garden.
Yes.
Now, if you want a plant that in April/May time is going to be a feature, that is one for you to have.
Yeah. And that price, I know I keep saying it, but it is amazing. It really is. £6.99. Lots of you joining us, so thank you so much. We're live till 1 o'clock. We're back tomorrow from 10 till 1. You can always stream us later, so don't forget. You can always stream later. Sunday we're live 10 till 2, but I'm not here Sunday.
I'm here on Sunday 10 till 2. We have got some new items to bring in tomorrow and some new items to bring in on Sunday, and we've got a guest presenter coming in because Sean is disappearing off to QVC, aren't you?
Yes, our live show starts on QVC on Sunday. In fact, no, we've got one on Saturday as well. With
have you? Yes, you have.
Yeah, it's not with me. It's with Greg
Wallace.
Yes, and his special roast called Little Sid. And
Which we've got over there.
We have. And I'm on QVC 10 o'clock till 11 Sunday morning. Got a whole hour of YouGarden, different deals from what
So
we've
we're
got on the show.
competing, aren't we, on Sunday? Eh?
No, you can watch both. You can watch both. You can watch QVC, you can watch you a little bit later stream or vice versa.
Yeah, listen, it's absolutely fine. You can stream us later. Tune in at 10 o'clock to watch Sean. See him do his thing and then come and
Keep
join
me
us
company.
afterwards.
But it's true. But the idea is you can pick and choose and hope to watch all of it.
Hopefully watch all of it, absolutely.
And then you've got some shows later on.
Yeah, I'm not till like the 19th and 20th. At the moment, though, some things might change. Mine are a Friday and a Saturday, but I'll keep you posted on it closer to the time.
Yeah, but there's loads happening. So we're really looking forward to this year here on YouGarden TV and also with our partners at QVC as well. We're actually going to have a regular show on their QVC Styles channel as well, aren't we? So loads
I don't think it's going to be the same day of the week, though, is it? I think it's going to move around.
Yeah, but it'll be once a week, isn't it?
Once a week, though, yeah.
Yeah, so, and say, check our social media, check YouGarden's social media, and then you'll be able to find us. Hopefully, you'll find us somewhere, won't you?
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Right, going to move on to our Daphne Perfume
I love
Princess
Daphne.
next. I mean, fragrance-wise, again, magnificent, this
Well,
one.
this is absolutely beautiful. The fragrance that you're going to get from this is going to be incredible. Now, the Daphne Perfume Princess is probably the most fragrant shrub in the world. Bold statement, but I'm sticking with it. It's got the largest and the earliest flowers of any of the Daphnes out there. There's lots of varieties, and they're all wonderful, but if you want beautiful large flowers, that's what you're going to get from the Perfume Princess.
Yeah, because some Daphnes, the flowers are nice, but a little bit insignificant, but these are a lot bigger.
These are a lot
Look
bigger, yeah. And they're going to flower for you sort of March, April time. So we're talking about spring flowers. It's evergreen. It's hardy. The buds start as this beautiful kind of purple colour, and then they open to this glorious kind of pink and then fades to a white colour. So you've got some real interest going on with the differing colours that you will see on there as well. The flowers on here, they can be up to 4 times larger than the other Daphne flowers. So that's the kind of size difference that we're talking about. I love the way that they form in the clusters, and they also form in clusters along the length of the stem, which is also a slight difference to other Daphnes as well.
My mum had one of these in her last garden. It was. I remember getting out of the car, and it was just by the side of the driveway, and it was magnificent.
The fragrance, yeah.
And the flowers are so pretty.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good one.
And it is evergreen, obviously, so you've got really nice green foliage on there.
Yeah, it's luscious. It's winter hardy as well, so it has our lifetime guarantee. That is something that if you are a new viewer, you need to know about. Anything that we tell you that is fully winter hardy does come with our lifetime guarantee. We're very much about making sure that your gardening journey is as, easy and as fun as it can possibly be. So if you buy a winter hardy plant and you've done everything you're supposed to look after it, but it fails to thrive, all you need to do is get in touch with our customer services department. They will then replace that for you free of charge. All that they ask is that you cover any postage costs to get that out to you, but they will replace it free of charge, which is just, I really like it. There aren't many things that come with a lifetime guarantee, certainly not living plants. No. So it's wonderful that YouGarden do offer that.
You imagine going back to certain DIY stores that sell plants.
Yeah, my plant's dead. Can you replace it, please?
I bought it last year and it's not living anymore.
Jog on.
Imagine. So we do offer that, which is really great in terms of giving you complete peace of mind. But also gives you an idea of how good the quality of our plants are here at YouGarden.
Yeah, we can't keep giving away free plants, so we know that we're giving you some good quality plants.
Right, we better move on. We've got a really special rose, a little bit of magic for you next, and it is the rose Abracadabra. We were talking about today's show, and Bex and I we're looking back at some of the highlights from last year, and this rose really stood out for both of us, didn't it?
My word, look at it.
Yeah. And
it doesn't look real.
It is magical, isn't it?
It does not look real, and that is what I lose my words when I look at this, because it's so pretty.
It looks, imagine buying that from a florist.
Yeah. Well, that would be in a premium bouquet, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That wouldn't be in your lower end price range.
You can imagine a few of those in the most expensive bouquet. And every flower, every rose is different, isn't it?
Every single one is going to be different because you have they're just beautifully unique. The velvet red blooms streaked with that yellow colour means that, you're going to have something slightly different with every single rose flower that comes from there. It's got great disease resistance, the same with all of the roses that we bring you. Rose breeding has come on a long way. This is why I always avoided roses previously, because I just thought they were tricky and hard to grow. They're not. The breeding has come on so far. You do have a lovely fragrance with this. It's what I would describe as a light rose fragrance. Some are more medium, some are heavier fragrance. This is a light rose fragrance, so this is wonderful. You will get clusters of flowers on here, and with this one you're going to get an average of around 7 clusters of flowers, 7 flowers per cluster.
Wow.
And, sorry, I should have said this one earlier, this one is an almost thornless variety.
Oh, yes.
It's not completely thornless. As you can see, there are some thorns on
here.
But low thorn.
On the thorn scale.
On the thorn scale. Low thorn density? I don't know. It just doesn't have as many thorns as other rose varieties out there. But listen, that's not what you're growing it for. You're growing it for that beautiful display. That's the important thing.
And if you've never grown a bare root rose, honestly, it is really, really easy. Give it a good soak when it arrives. So soak for a couple of hours. Sometimes I soak mine overnight. Dig a nice size hole, or it can go straight in a pot. This is called the union. So that bit there is a union. that needs to be under the ground. So that needs to be a couple of centimetres under the ground. So you plant it's about there. So make sure that's under the ground. If you are planting it in the ground, just dig a nice size hole. Make sure that the soil at the bottom of the hole is nice and loose, just so the roots can find their way in there. I used to use blood, fish and bone, but which is great, but I now use, and Bex is the same, mycorrhizal, our root grow. We have got this on our website, but it is brilliant at helping the roots form in a quicker, shorter period. So really developing that secondary root system in a short period of time. I've really found it's been great, haven't you?
Yeah, it really does help. Honestly, it just helps to develop the root system much quicker, much easier, which then in turn will help with water and nutrient uptake. You know, it helps your plants establish better, quicker, become stronger and healthier.
I mean, the one thing you want with your plants when you plant them is for them to really get a move on growing their roots and settling in, and that just is a massive boost for them, and a little bit does go a long way, but great for all sorts of shrubs and roses and edibles as well. But honestly, we highly recommend that. Just sprinkle a little bit in your hole as you're planting the rose. I've also, when I'm planting roses in pots, I've used it in the pots, of course, as well.
Yeah, it's fantastic in pots because obviously it's a contained system there, so you don't have the natural kind of ecosystem going on inside the pot. You know, once that little ecosystem inside there dies out, it's gone. So this helps to provide that. Yeah,
it's brilliant and it's got great reviews on our website. So if you want to add that to your order, it's 100,066 at just £12.99. Right, going to quickly mention the biggie today, the Skyscraper lilies. We are doing a big offer on our big lilies, saving £26 today. I love lilies, but these, I mean, I'm
6'4".
Wow. 5'10". Actually, my hair's quite full today. I might be 5'10" in a bit. Got a bit of a quiff going on. All right. It's not a bouffant.
I think I've got a step on my
shoes. It's not a bouffant. But
you're
anyway,
not a bouffant, you're all right.
But these lilies would probably, in the first year, get to at least 4 foot.
Yes, absolutely.
Maybe even taller. But after a couple of years, we can be talking 6 foot plus, can't we?
We absolutely can.
On each stem?
Yeah, on each stem. And each stem, you can get 20 plus flowers as well.
And they're big flowers, aren't they?
Big flowers. These are more like trees than they are flowers, honestly. The size that these can grow to is absolutely incredible. A firm favourite every single year. People buy these, and people buy these so much, and that's why we keep bringing them back, because they are incredible. 5 different varieties, all included. They come to you in separate bags that are all labelled so that you know what you're planting and where you're planting them. The fragrance that you get from a lily, I adore the fragrance. I think they're absolutely beautiful. You can use these as cut flowers to bring inside the home as well. You know, that adds that fragrance indoors. But what you have got is a lovely colour mix with the 5 different varieties included in there. They will naturalise, well, not naturalise, but they will get bigger and better for you every single year. Allow them to die down naturally. Don't cut the full stem off. They do need to die back down, because what that does is it puts all the goodness back into the bulb. If you cut it off at ground level, you're stopping that goodness going back into the bulb. So it's really important. You can cut the flowers if you want to have cut flowers inside, but leave the stem so that the goodness can go back into there, and it will repeat flower for you next year and the year after and the year after. Fully winter hardy. Fully winter hardy.
They are amazing things.
Really are amazing.
And when you think each bulb is only costing pence and the big display each one gives you.
I love that.
If you've got a big boring area in your garden, say a fence, and you've got nothing to cover it, just grow these.
Yeah. And 25 of these is what I need to get some Skyscrapers.
And if that is too many, they do arrive in separate bags, 5 in each, so you could split them up with friends and family as well. But that is one of the big deals for 2024. This is Stu's, who was at head of technical. That's been there several years. I mean, my word.
Look at those.
It's amazing, isn't it?
I love the colour. That is gorgeous.
Yeah.
I grew a lot of lilies last year. I didn't have the Skyscrapers, but I did grow a lot of lilies, and they were just beautiful. They flower for about 5-6 weeks. You get some gorgeous displays from them. They're nice and tall as well, so they really add that height and structure into borders. You can grow them in pots as well, quite happily. They will live in a pot too.
One thing we do say, once the lilies are flowered, they don't produce lots more that year. You get one lot, and then that's it for the year. So as Stu did that, I think it looked great, planted amongst other things.
Mixed in.
Yeah. Unless you wanted to grow them for cut flowers, and you could grow them just in a separate area, but they do look better mixed in with other things as well. Amazing value, saving £26 today, and that is 6:30 326. By the way, good afternoon.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us. First show of 2024. We have got a free gift with every order today, and it is our puzzle books, the Gardener's puzzle books, worth $6.99, free with every single order today. Because we kind of thought our brains needed waking up. Maybe some of you feel the same way, I don't know. I must admit, because we weren't at work for a couple of weeks.
I switched off.
Yeah, I felt my brain did slow down.
I really did switch off, and it was lovely, and I enjoyed it. But we were messaging the other day in our little group chat, weren't we? And I put in there, I can't wait to get back to work. I've had a lovely time, but I can't wait to get back to work.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's great, isn't it,
It's lovely to switch off.
Party, to have a bit of a different time, to be with friends and family, but sometimes being back to normality is great, isn't it?
So happy.
Yeah. But lovely to be with each and every one of you wonderful viewers here today as well. So that's the free gift. Just always use code YGTV0124. That is the special offer code that unlocks all of the promotions today. Postage free when you spend £40 or more, but if you're spending less than that, you'll only pay the one postage. So whatever the highest postage is, say if it's $4.99, that would cover your entire order as well.
Yeah, that's really good. That's a great offer, actually, particularly if you think you're ordering, I don't know, 5 or 6 items, doesn't quite hit the £40 mark, but you can still get all of those home just for one postage cost. That's incredible.
And
because they will still come all separately packaged.
Yeah, they will. Don't forget as well, if you are a club member, you get 10% off all the plants and the compost and lots of other benefits as well. Right, we're going to move on to Mahonia next.
Yes.
And when I was in a garden centre a few days ago, they had the traditional Mahonias just coming into flower, and I did feel them, and they were spiky and prickly.
Were they?
They were like kind of fierce. And Mahonias are, if you've ever grown a Mahonia, they're fierce. Yeah. If you touch them, you will get scratched, cut, whatever. But this is a new variety, isn't it?
This is a new variety,
nice.
yeah. So this one, the two benefits of this is that it grows much more compact, and it has none of those spiky, thorny, dangerous bits on there as well. So if you love Mahonia, and it is a well-loved border plant, people do love it in borders. They like how big it gets. Some people grow it for the spiky bit. It might be a deterrent. A deterrent. Yes. Thank you. That's the word I'm looking for. Don't climb over my fence into my garden, otherwise you're going to get spiked by my plant. That might be the reason you want those, or it might be the reason that you've avoided buying them in the past. Well, this one gets rid of those. Yeah, and I must admit, I had a traditional Mahonia in my last garden, and although it looked great, it was a nightmare. Yeah.
If I was ever
pruning.
Yeah, pruning, weeding around it. Yeah. It was life and death. It felt like. Well, maybe that's a bit dramatic, but it was fierce and very spike and prickly. But this, I could fall into this, and it's soft, and it would just caress me. But you've still got all of those amazing, beautiful flowers. It's gorgeous, isn't it? It's got that lovely fern kind of appearance to it. It looks a bit like. Is it the Boston fern? It looks a bit like the Boston fern of our indoor plants. Absolutely adore the foliage, the fern-like foliage that you get on here. But then what you get are these sprays of these buttery yellow flowers that come out of here that are then followed by blueberries as well, that attract the birds and things in the colder months. It won the Plant of the Year at the Chelsea Flower Show previously. So this one is, it's an award winner. And that's not just any old award. Plant of the Year at the Chelsea Flower Show. The competition for that is pretty impressive, isn't it? Absolutely. It's just a superb plant. It's a superb specimen plant if you want something for a container. It does love the sun, but it will cope in part shade. So just bear that in mind wherever you're going to plant it. And I will tell you that the Royal Horticultural Society have given it their badge of perfect for pollinators. Oh, and the size, we're only talking about 1 metre by 1 metre. So roughly 3 or 4 feet. So nice size for a modern garden. Totally.
Totally.
And great for pot. It will be very happy in a pot and
evergreen
container.
as well.
It's lovely. The foliage is really soft.
Love it.
But you're going to get those gorgeous flowers. And this one flowers slightly earlier than the traditional one, doesn't it?
Yeah, we're talking around sort of August, so August through to October. So we're talking late summer, early autumn flowering, which is really valuable, I think. Obviously, you know, we get lots of flowers, lots of colour in the summer months, but with this one going potentially through to October time, as things are starting to fade, this one's still going to be giving you its display.
And we do sometimes get amazing Octobers now, don't we?
Oh, yeah. Great Octobers.
But I mentioned that we are going to be joining QVC this weekend. And I've got the first show on Sunday at 10 o'clock, the first full hour of YouGarden. But on Saturday, we have got the incredible Greg Wallace who's going to be on there, talking about his rose, which is called Little Sid. And there's a big story behind this rose. In fact, let me hand over to the wonderful Greg Wallace to tell you more. Greg Wallace, who you can see behind me, one of my absolute favourites on there. What an incredible gentleman. One thing you might not know is he has got a son, him and his wife, Anne-Marie, have got a son called Sid. They got married a few years ago, and Anne-Marie gave birth to the beautiful Sid, who we can see right now. Sid is non-verbal and autistic, and what Greg and his wife have done is they've decided to have a rose named after Sid. So this is called Little Sid. And with every sale of this rose, £5 will be donated to the incredible charity Ambitious About Autism. So with every single purchase of this rose, £5 will go to this amazing charity. The rose itself is beautiful. It's a true, what I would call a raspberry red. You're going to get an amazing amount of roses all the way through summer into autumn. This is a true repeat flower. Now, in terms of fragrance, quite a delicate fragrance, so nothing overpowering, but a really nice, delicate fragrance. The roses, aren't they gorgeous though? So raspberry in terms of colour, true raspberry red. You'll probably notice that the centres are slightly darker on some of the roses as well. And they really do contrast beautifully to the dark green glossy foliage. Now, it is a rose that you can very easily grow in a pot because it's quite a compact variety. It's not going to grow too big and too unwieldy. It's quite, say, compact. But obviously, it will grow beautifully in beds and borders as well. It arrives as a bare root, and if you've never planted a bare root, it's really easy. So when it arrives, ideally plant it as soon as possible. If you can't plant it straight away, just keep it in a cool, dark place, but ideally plant it within the first week. Before you plant it though, give it a really good drink. This will be thirsty. It's kind of like in a dormant state right now, so dunk it in a really big bucket of water for at least an hour, 2 hours. You could even leave it overnight. It wouldn't do it any harm. And then get planting. Now, if it's going to go in the ground, dig a really nice size hole. So probably about twice the depth of the roots there and about twice the width at least. And make sure that the soil in the bottom of the hole is also really well worked over. Make sure it's nice and loose so the new roots can actually really easily get in there as well. What I like to use is root grow mycorrhizal. I love to use a bit of that when I'm planting most of my shrubs and roses. Or if you've got something like blood, fish and bone, that's what I used to use when I was gardening as a child and as a teenager, then you can, of course, use that as well. If you have got some of our premium professional compost, you can always throw a bit of that into the rooting hole as well. And backfill and just make sure it stays well watered for the first few months of its life. Even if you're planting this in the depths of winter, where you probably think it's going to be nice and wet, sometimes things can dry out in winter when it's really windy, so just make sure it does stay nice and watered. And that is pretty much it. You will then be able to enjoy this rose year after year. There's gorgeous red roses that will be there all throughout the summer. But also, isn't it great to think that with every single rose that you buy from YouGarden, when it comes to Little Sid, £5 goes to Ambitious About Autism, helping families with autistic children. So it's got a lovely message, delightful rose. And I know that Greg Wallace and his wife Anne-Marie, although they've said in their press release that bringing Sid up is challenging, they've also said just how amazing and rewarding it is. And I know they're very proud both of Sid and this incredible rose called Little Sid. He looked like me.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah.
That wasn't Greg, was it?
No, I was talking about Greg. Sorry. Yes. Yes. But Greg will be on QVC. Greg Wallace will be on QVC this Saturday talking about his fabulous rose. What a wonderful charity, though.
I love it.
And £5
I think that's a great donation as well, because we're talking 25% of the price of the rose being donated. So, yes, it's £19.99 if you'd like to add that into your basket today.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful rose, isn't it?
It's lovely. Absolutely gorgeous. Nice, beautiful red repeat flowering rose. Beautiful, beautiful colour. 540266 is the item. Right, a lot of you watching live right now. Don't forget to confirm your orders. A few quick reminders. Use the code YGTV0124. That unlocks all the promotions like the buy one get one frees. Yes.
Free postage when you spend over £40.
That's it. Or if you're spending under £40, it will just one postage cost. So whatever is the highest postage cost within your order, that is all you will pay. So if you're buying 4 or 5 different items, you will just pay that postage cost once.
Yeah, and lots of items obviously do have postage included. The free gift today is only for this week, but it is the puzzle book collection, the Gardener's Puzzle Book Collection. We just thought we'd do something different. It is still winter. You might have a bit of time on your hands. You might want to get that brain unfogged. Because I'll be honest, well, we both probably drank too much and partied too much.
Definitely.
And I just feel that January, we want to be a bit healthy, but get the brain going again.
It's a nice reset, isn't it? That's what we love about New Year. It's a nice time to reset. I love a puzzle. So, yes, as long as you enter the code YGTV0124, we will automatically put this into your basket for you.
And do you know what? What a great gift for somebody as well. My mum loves puzzles.
Yeah.
So I might just put mine to the side and give them to my mum. If I ever go around there and she's a bit bored or whatever, I'll just give these as a little gift to pick her up. So anyway, that's your free gift today. And what else have I got to tell you? Yes, join the club today.
Join the club, yes. It's really important. We've got over 40,000 members in this club, and you are going to get so many discounts. Once you invest in this, it costs you just £5. Now that is the auto renewal yearly subscription, so it will always automatically renew for you every single year. But the wonderful thing about that is it will always renew at £5. So even if we do put the price up on that, your membership will renew at £5. If you just want a 1-year membership, you can go for the £10 one. That's entirely up to you. But on the auto renewal one, you can cancel that renewal at any point. So it makes sense to go for that one. But this is where the savings start to add up, because you get 10% discount off all your plants and accessories, 5% off other things. But you get £20 worth of vouchers to spend throughout the year. It's basically £5 every 3 months. Lots of hints and tips and helps and things like that in there. It is definitely worth going for.
And if you're not a club member and you place an order today, I think you'll kick yourself, because I guarantee pretty much you place another order next week or the week after, you think, oh, I could have saved so much money if I had just joined on the first week of 2024. So
adds up very quickly.
£5 to join the club. And as we said, the auto renewal you can cancel at the end of the 12 months should you wish.
Yes.
No need to keep it, but most people do.
Most people do. If you're a gardener, you're a gardener. You're going to keep buying plants, aren't you?
I'm not going to stop.
I'll just do it for a month. No.
I think my other half once tried to stop me buying some plants. I was like, that ain't going to happen. No. Your Kev didn't have a chance.
No. He can divorce me if he wants.
It's just such a good hobby to have. And when you buy a plant, pretty much you've got it probably for the best part of your life. Yeah. Certainly many decades. So I think it's a great hobby. Great for mental health, great for physical health. I'm 82 and look at how fit I am next from my gardening. That's what you should start doing. This is what I've decided. I'm going to start saying I'm way older than I am, because then everyone's like, oh, you look amazing. No, because it's awful when people believe you. I've tried that one. They do actually. I'm like, oh, no, I'm 65. They're like, really? We don't look bad in it. I'm like... But it does. I do genuinely think gardening keeps you young. It helps your mental health. It's great. Keeps you healthy, keeps you fit. It's a brilliant hobby to have. Right. better move on, because we did promise you some other lilies. So we've had the big skyscraper ones. We've now got our carpet lilies. And this is a brilliant double deal. So if you go for one, it's $9.99, postage is included. But if you want to go for two, you need to put two in your basket, but then you get a saving of an extra £5. You grew these last year.
I did. So I only tried these out just last year. And I was quite amazed, actually, because obviously lilies, that I've always known them reaching a decent height. Our skyscraper is obviously a massive height.
Yeah.
But to get carpet lilies, I thought that's quite interesting. These don't get really tall at all. We're only talking maybe 30 centimetres in height. Mine didn't get that high in the first year. I'd say about 15, 20 centimetres in the summertime was what I got. Maybe they'll get a bit taller next year. But actually, I was quite pleased at them being that size. They were...
Did you have them in pots or?
No. I planted them into the borders. Yeah, into the front of the borders. But it's the flame mix, and this is what I want to get across here, because the red of the red lily was red. Like red, proper flame red. It was so beautiful. And I love the idea of them just being that little bit shorter. Oh, there it is. It was a video, but it is sideways, isn't it?
But I see what you mean. So
it's so red. Look at it.
Yeah.
But look how glossy and shiny those petals are.
And I like
as well.
the fact that they are shorter.
I love the fact that they're shorter.
So front of the border, fantastic.
Well, I grew so many lilies. Honestly, I had some really tall ones in the borders, in the pots, but then I had the lovely short ones in there as well. And you get a gorgeous mix of colours in here. You get the reds, you get the oranges, you get the yellows. I did space mine out, and that I think was a mistake. So I planted a bulb here and a bulb there. So I just had a random lily.
I wondered where the others were.
Yeah, no, I had a random lily. But I think I'd lost the will to live. I think I was planting a lot at that particular time and just didn't pay too much attention. I would definitely not do what I did, which is plant them individually. I would plant these en masse, do a bunch together.
When you see them there in the pot, different colours, but all fiery reds and yellows and oranges, it does look good.
And I think in a pot, those would look really good. So front of border, great, because they're not going to get massive. But I think in a pot, all planted together, those would look great. I might get some more this year and do that, actually, just so that I can do it properly.
Well, the price we've got today, bear in mind postage is included, is only $9.99. Or if you want to double up and go for 20, you will save an extra £5. But I really like that colour mix. If you like
gorgeous.
Bright, bold, fiery colours. That's uplifting, isn't it?
Really uplifting, absolutely. And you're getting so many of this. So was it 10 bulbs, and you can get 20 of those if you do the double up deal. So I think in a pot, to put maybe 10 of those together, or even in a bigger pot, put the full 20 of those together. That would be gorgeous.
And my mum has gardened all her life, and she my nan, my grandma taught me how to garden, but my mum is now visually impaired. She still manages to garden, but we have learned that bright colours are great for her, because she can, when she sits in her little conservatory, even at the back of the garden, if there's bright colours, she can still see them.
Those are bright. That's the thing that I love the fact that they're compact, they're short, they're lovely, but it was the brightness of the colours that was what really blew me away with these ones. They're so colourful.
I like those.
Yeah, they're really lovely.
And
I highly
go to about
recommend
30
those.
centimetres?
30 centimetres. As I say, my first year, they didn't get that tall, whether that's my soil or I don't know. They got to about maybe 15, 20 centimetres tall. So maybe next year they'll get a bit taller. Yeah. But I actually quite liked them. They did the job perfectly at the size they were.
They're like me, I'm still growing back.
You wish. You wish. You're going to start growing the opposite way now.
Yeah, I'm probably fine.
Gravity is going to take effect, Sean.
Yeah, it probably will.
Sorry.
You keep watching us in 10 years' time, I'll be an extra
We'll be like this.
Yeah. I'll shrink first.
We'll have to get a step behind.
I think you might be right now. I think I've got maybe a bit shorter.
I've got a big step in my boots.
I'm going to say
I've got a big step in my boots.
I thought, hang on, I feel shorter than I normally do. That's what it is,
It's a bit of a platform. Sorry. I've got a platform in my shoes.
For some reason, there was an article online about men's height over Christmas, and 5'10" is the average height.
Is it?
Yes.
Still?
Apparently.
I would have thought it'd be a bit taller
That's what
now.
I thought, but apparently that's what it said. So I'm bang on average, there you go.
Nothing wrong with being average.
There's nothing wrong with being average.
That's what I tell my husband all the time.
Love it. I tell you what, though, we don't want average gardens, do we?
No, we want amazing gardens.
We're not going to settle with average, and stay watching. I promise you, your garden will be nothing like average if you shop with us. Right, what about this? This isn't an average deal either, because we are talking about 100 bulbs for $17.99. But if you spend an extra £2, you can get 200 iris for under £20.
Wow.
That is 10 pence an iris.
That is 10 pence an iris.
Yeah.
Well done.
Now, you love iris, don't you?
I do love iris.
I do too.
What is it about the iris? Well, I love the colour mix for starters that you get in here. I do love that colour mix. I think it's the Alice in Wonderland thing. I think, I feel like I'm Alice in Wonderland when I look at the iris. I can see faces. There's that woman, isn't there, that talks to Alice in the film. That's what I feel when I look at iris. I think they're magical.
I always see birds.
Do you? Yeah, they're tropical, aren't they?
Yeah.
Birds of paradise.
But again, really easy to grow.
So easy to grow, absolutely. They definitely want a sunny spot, so put them somewhere as sunny as you possibly can. They will naturalise, they will multiply, they will come back for you year after year. A wonderful summer flowering bulb. June, July time is when you're going to get these. And I like the height, I like the size. We're only talking 50, 60 centimetres, so these are absolutely great for your mixed borders, aren't they?
Yeah, they are really, really wonderful in your beds and borders. And that colour mix, when you look at all the different yellows and blues,
it is a gorgeous colour mix.
And I love some of them are bicolour.
Yeah, it's a lovely mix.
Yeah.
And I like how compact they are, like the leaves, the foliage, they're like those kind of strappy leaves that you get.
And they never need canes and supporting either.
And the foliage doesn't get all messy. No. There's some summer flowering bulbs, or and the foliage is untidy, and you don't tend to get that with iris.
They're really lovely. I'd say good all rounder.
Yeah.
And you do get 200. So
Great
if you
deal.
want to double up for an extra £2, you get 200 for 99. You just need to put 2 bags in your basket, and then you get that special offer today, 630 366. But I'm very tempted. I haven't got many irises in my garden, actually. I've only got a few.
Yeah, I've definitely got some, but I could probably do with... Well, I could always do with some more, can't you? Always. You can always do with more plants.
Cool. So just to show you how our off-code works, so we've popped in our basket. That gives us our free puzzle book. But on the iris and the carpet lily, look, if you want to add another one, there you go. It works at £10 each, so you get a big saving. Same with the carpet lilies, add another there, and they go down to £7.49. So any of the double up offers, you just need to add another to your basket, and then you get that big price reduction as well. And both of those do not have any postage on them. But don't forget, if certain things do have postage, if you spend over £40 today, you'll get free delivery. But we will only ever charge you 1 postage per order, whatever the highest one is. But we've still got some really wonderful brand new plants to show you. I love all of these.
Yeah.
Where are you feeling though?
Your side.
Yeah, I am too. Good. Because I think all of us think of magnolias as being magnificent. They are spectacular.
They are.
But this is a yellow.
I know.
Now, my friend Matt, who's one of my oldest friends, he's really into his gardening. He's just planted a yellow magnolia from YouGarden, I should hasten to add, in the front of his garden, right at the very front. And you imagine that as a centrepiece in a garden.
Whoa.
When this flowers, it's going to be outstanding. But we hardly ever see the yellow magnolia, do we?
Very, very rare. No, absolutely. We don't often see it. It's not often brought. I haven't seen it, I don't think, in any garden centres. I'm just trying to rack my brain. I'm sure I haven't.
I think I've only presented it once on the show as well before.
Yeah, I haven't bought it loads of times at all, so you're absolutely right, but it is absolutely beautiful. And I think if you've got the yellow magnolia and you plant it, yours is going to be the house, that people will drive, that's that house with that yellow magnolia. It'll be like a landmark,
so I just wonder why we hardly ever see it.
I don't know, but it's beautiful. The yellow bird. Look at that buttery yellow colour that you're getting from this. Now, it is a magnolia magnolia tree. It will get big if you want it to. It, you know, it can get several meters high. How tall is my mum's magnolia? It's probably 5 meters tall. They can get big if you want them to. So you are going to want a bit of space to put this in. You can grow a magnolia. Yeah, anything that you plant into a pot, you can restrict the size of it. So if you don't have a massive space, you could put it into a pot. You will need to feed it. You will need to water it. You will need to make sure you look after it. But yes, you can have that yellow magnolia in your garden. Winter hardy as well, down to -15. This is not one that you're going to need to worry about. And the flowers are absolutely gorgeous, but the foliage on a magnolia is really nice as well, isn't it? It's got that lovely light green, mid-green colour foliage that you get.
I'm feeling a need to buy this one.
You've got space for this. Get this in your garden.
Yeah. I have got a couple of magnolias, and I love them, but I haven't got the yellow bird. The one thing I will say with the magnolia, yes, you want a nice sunny spot, but you also want it to be sheltered as well.
Yes.
So you don't want big strong winds or anything like that.
Well, no, and you've got an exposed garden, haven't you? So you're obviously thinking of a more sheltered spot in your garden.
I've got a stone wall down one side that gets quite a lot of sun, so that's where this is going to go.
Absolutely. You know what it's like with magnolias. The flowers don't last a long time, and that's fine because we understand that. They're still absolutely worth having. But if you don't put it in a sheltered spot, you get one windy day. Unfortunately, that'll be all your magnolia flowers gone. So yes, sunny but sheltered is what you need.
I'm just blown away with that.
It is beautiful, isn't it?
It really, really is.
It's the cup shape, the almost tulip shape that you get to the magnolia flowers that are so pretty, aren't they?
I can't wait for April and May, can you? I really can't.
We've been saying it for months now.
So, brand new today, you are saving £15. It's a really unusual magnolia called Yellow Bird. And that's a great description, isn't it?
It really is, yeah. And it's a nice established plant for you as well. I mean, obviously you need a bit of imagination. It will come to you bare. There aren't any leaves or anything on it, but you can see the buds that are on the stems. You can see where the life is going to come from with this, and it's going to be absolutely beautiful.
Oh. Now, we had a very important question come in. Who was it? Adam wanted to know what my cat Teddy got for Christmas. So Teddy got, an advent calendar, but he didn't like it. No. Did the usual cat things, looked at it, then looked at me like, and just. But he did get a special tin of treats.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Little. There's all sorts in there, but he did like those, yes.
Very good.
Yeah.
My Otis got spoiled this year. I got a dog. I haven't got a cat. I got a dog. He's a little Shih Tzu poodle mix, white thing. He looks like a teddy bear.
He's gorgeous.
He is pretty cute. Yeah. He got a Christmas tree that squeaks. That's his favourite. He loves that. I don't. Squeak, 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 squeak. He got a bone.
Oh, lovely.
Which he loved.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, he got loads of toys, basically. He had a great time. In fact, he had a better Christmas than me.
Actually, I forgot. I did get also a red laser light for Teddy.
Oh, does he love that?
Well,
does he not? He's not a cat.
No, he does love chasing, but whether he loves it or he's frustrated, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I think that's a bit of a mixture.
Yeah.
Right, Adam apparently is telling us that the yellow bird likes clay. Is that right, Adam?
Actually, I think you'd get enough sun as well in one of your borders for it as well, and it's sheltered.
Can I have a magnolia in my garden?
Well, it is Bex's birthday coming up later on this month.
It is as well.
Yes.
Adam, thank you. I might, because I have always wanted a magnolia.
Yeah, and you haven't got one, have you?
I haven't.
That would have really.
I nearly went for the stand because we had a standard one in a pot, but that would be incredible.
There you go.
Thank you, Adam.
Yeah, there you go.
Might add that to my list.
Could be a birthday gift, couldn't it? If you're nice to me this month, Bex.
I'm always nice. What are you talking about?
Actually. I was going to say, just because Bex does bring in homemade treats, but I don't actually want any for the next few weeks.
No.
Is that all right?
That's fine.
Because Bex is a great baker. But
I made you some truffles for Christmas, didn't I?
And they'd gone within 2 days. I dread to think how many calories are in that.
Yeah, don't.
They were really good.
Yeah. You've got 2. Stu's got 2 left.
How?
I mean...
No, I was just like... Anyway, Adam, thank you for asking about Teddy, and thank you for the tip on the magnolia in terms of clay soil.
See, this is what you get joining our community. It's not just us, is it? Our viewers join in.
They also don't mind an acid soil as well, because I've got an ericaceous border, and that's what I'm thinking of putting mine. I think it'll do okay there. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much. Right, we have got another stunner for you next.
Okay, Kojo no Mai.
Kojo no Mai. Fast forward into springtime, and this is going to be wow. I've got one of these, and oh my word. When we talk about blossom, it just gets covered. But I actually like the way, even obviously it's deciduous, it loses its leaves.
Yeah, I like it like this.
It's pretty, it's attractive, isn't it?
It's interesting because it's got this zigzag shape going on with the... Can you see, look, the zigzag that you got on that branch that's coming out there? I love that change of direction, and you can see the buds sort of travelling up those stems, which look... I mean, they look gorgeous, don't they?
And I didn't get round to it, but I meant to put little lights on mine at Christmas time. Just because,
look great,
I thought it looked really nice. I never got round to it.
But then what you get are these red buds, and they're really, I mean, deep pink, almost red-coloured buds. that kind of, cover those zigzag branches, and then they open up into some of the most sublime blossom flowers that you will ever see.
And you get all the blossom, obviously, before the leaves. So you just get an absolute festival of blossom. They look amazing.
They really do. And so this has the Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit. It also has the Perfect for Pollinators badge from the Royal Horticultural Society, obviously, because you get that blossom on there. It's very slow growing as well. This is not one that takes over.
No.
It's a really nice, steady growth. I've got one that I planted a year ago. It's tiny. But that's lovely, because I'm going to go on the journey with it. It's nowhere near as big as this one that we are bringing you today.
I'll tell you what, though, Bex, that's a really good point, though, because with this being in a 3-litre pot, it is several years old.
I'm going to say that's more than 3 years old. Mine is tiny in comparison. I'm going to say that's probably 4 or 5 years. Because we do
sell them in the 9-centimetre pots, and they are literally...
and that's what I had.
It's about 4 or 5 inches high.
It's tiny. It was tiny when I got it. And it's beautiful. It's establishing. But you are talking, 4, maybe 5 years old with the one that you're getting here. And that is going to be so, so pretty. Now, it can get up to 2.5 metres height and spread, but it's going to take 10 plus years to get there. And that's if you leave it unpruned. You don't need to do any regular maintenance pruning on this, by the way. There is none of that needed. You might just want to cut off any sort of dead or diseased bits that might appear on there, but other than that, there's no regular maintenance pruning that you need to do. So it's easy to look after, it's easy to grow. It is winter hardy as well, so it has our lifetime guarantee.
I think it is absolutely magnificent.
It really is.
And we are giving you £10 off. Buy it now, obviously fully winter hardy, as Beck said. But when it comes to springtime, this is already covered in buds beginning to form. That will be an absolute spectacle. It will be gorgeous.
I can't wait to be bringing that to you when it's in flower.
And do you know, the silly thing is, if it was in flower right now, we could probably charge twice the price.
Yeah, well, this is the thing, and we will probably bring it when it's in flower, but it won't be at this price. No. We will be charging the higher price for it.
I think as gardeners, and we all, I think most of us as gardeners, we've got great imaginations, but it really makes sense sometimes to buy things when they're not fully in season, because you get a far better deal. And that at £49, bear in mind the size of that in the 3-litre pot is really good today, 510014. I remember what mine looked like last year, and it really was amazing. Yeah. And so many of my friends were like, oh my word, what's that?
Well, it's known as the flight of the butterflies as well, because once the blossom is on there, it does just look like, butterflies dancing around the branches.
And it just gets covered.
It's
it
gorgeous.
Really does. Top tip today, go for that one. 510014, down by £10 today. Now we've also got for you next a Weeping Willow Salix, the gorgeous standard, and it's only £49. And we're just looking forward to spring, because again, when this starts to open up and you get the catkins, they are amazing, and they're so tactile, aren't they?
So tactile. So I was in my local supermarket the other day, and they actually had these stems as cut branches, and they were selling them. And I'm sure there was only 3, maybe 4 of them in a pack, and they were selling them for £10. £10, and I couldn't resist going and stroking it. It was so soft and lovely.
£10 for 3 stems?
£10 for 3 or 4 stems it was, and they were about that long, so, you know, not massive, and it was £10 to get 3 or 4 stems of those. So don't buy those.
No.
Get this, plant it in your garden, because you will have the most tactile, the most beautiful weeping willow standard. It will be a feature tree in your garden, and those catkins, when they come out sort of, you know, the springtime, so that you can see the buds are there, they're ready to burst open for you, but get these lovely fuzzy yellow catkins on there, and they are so soft, they're so lovely to touch.
I had one of these in my last house in the garden by a water feature, and it looked great there. And I actually really liked it because it's quite a wet area and it liked
Genuinely, it is a real feature.
Yeah.
You know, it's definitely one that's going to draw your eye. Yes, it loves water. You know, willow trees naturally grow, you know, on riverbanks and things. They love lots of water. So this being a standard, you're probably going to keep it in a pot. You don't have to. You can plant it out if you want to. But just make sure that you keep it well watered. It is going to need that. It is a beautifully compact dwarf tree. Okay, this has been grafted on here for you, so it's going to stay nice and compact. We are only talking about 1.5 meters in height.
Yeah.
Very easy to look after.
And that is down by £10 set, £14.99, 510 326. Right, just quickly, we've got a few really special offers in our pots. And you have loved our hanging baskets.
Of course.
These are normally £7.99 each. But we've taken £3 off, but also we are doing a buy one, get one free. So you're going to get 2 today for £4.99. Again, as ever, you just need to use the code YGTV0124. Now, you can have them as 2 hanging baskets, and they're really attractive, really nice. But if you want to use them as a pot, you can take off the hangers like Bex has done there and use them as a pot as well. Do you know, I would imagine they'd go in any type of garden, these, do you think? Pretty much.
Yeah, I don't know. They've definitely been designed to fit into any kind of garden scheme for sure. They're not gonna stand out against something else in a bad way at all, are they? I love the design. I love that kind of copper colour or bronze colour that we've got going on with the patterning on here. It's almost a brushed metal design on there, isn't it? You can, as Sean said, remove these, and they're very easy to remove. They just clip off or clip back on again. So you can have them as hangers, which have the anti-twist hanging bit going on at the top there, or you can use them as pots because they've got the beautiful raised drainage holes in there as well.
And I was saying earlier, I've got a variety of hanging baskets, and some you've got to put liners in, and you've got to replace those liners every few years. And they're a bit of a pain. They're not easy to plant up and not easy really to put together. These, all done for you, really easy. You're going to have them many, many years. And a good size. They're not too big. They're 10-inch in diameter, so that would take you a couple of minutes to fill those.
Yeah, that's not going to take long. And not a lot of compost either.
No, good point. But the deal on those today is absolutely amazing. They're working out £2.50 each. So normally £7.99, working out £2.50 each. And lots have gone for those today. The Knox hanging baskets in the bronze, 135.02. Also on offer today, we have got, I really like these as well. These are our aged look Tuscany Roman planters. And again, it's a buy one, get one absolutely free. Now, when I grew up, plastic pots looked so awful.
You could tell they were plastic.
Yeah, I was just going to say, they look so plastic.
Yeah.
They used to even have, do you remember at home, they used to even have a seam? And they just look naff. But modern techniques and manufacturing means you can create the most amazing looking pots that look like the real thing, but without the hard work. Because in that we've had a lot of bad weather fronts recently. There's been high winds, so I reckon a lot of ceramic pots will have blown over, will have cracked.
I had lots of pots that blew over actually with the high winds, but the majority of mine are plastic, so they survived that. I just simply went out and picked them back up. That was absolutely fine. But this is the beauty of a plastic pot. Not only are they lightweight, but they are also UV stabilised, frost resistant, which means that they will, with cold weather and warm weather, other things, they will expand, they will contract, and then you get cracking and breaking. But yeah, if you do knock it over or it gets blown over in the wind, you are not going to get that cracking and damaging going on there as well. So don't be a pot snob like I used to be. Plastic pots absolutely have their place. I still have a mixture, of course. I still have some terracotta, I still have some glazed ceramic, but these ones are the ones that I use excuse me, on a more regular basis now than the other ones.
I was just thinking about gardens in general, and I do think having lots of pots it makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's easy.
I have loads of pots.
I do, and I've got beds and borders, don't get me wrong, but I have got areas full of pots, and it's just so nice to be able to swap them over, change them around. Pots are really easy to replant, of course, but I like a mixture, do you?
Love a mixture, absolutely. Absolutely, like loads of different types of pots in the garden. I like the mishmash, the pell-mell. It's exciting. Pell-mell. Do your review.
I will. We've only got about a quarter of an hour left on the show. Do check out your baskets, and a lot of you have been watching today. Thank you so much. We are back live tomorrow.
Yeah, at 10 o'clock.
Yes, we've got some new items for tomorrow.
Yes, we have.
And we're back live on Sunday. Well, Bex is anyway. 10 until 2 on Sunday as well. Let's remind you, though, of some of the great items we've seen today on our first show of 2024 here on YouGarden TV. Right, one of the best buys has got to be those Gladioli. So you are getting here 100 Gladioli. I'll just give you the details of these as well. So you can either go for 100 of those for $14.98, but actually, if you do go for 100, you will get another 100 absolutely free, which is amazing. Now, these are great for the back of a border, great for covering up an ugly fence, great as a cut flower, of course, as well, and very, very easy to grow. But you're going to get 200 of those today for only £14.98. 630002 is, of course, the item number. Then we also had an amazing double up deal on our Dutch Irish mix. So £17.99 for 100, but for an extra £2, we will give you another 100 Irish bulbs there. And I just think the structure of an Irish, when you look at the shape and the design of the flower, and I love the colour palette, don't you? I always think that blues and purples and yellows look so spectacular together. 630-366, £17.99 on double up, and get an extra 100 for £19.99. Now, when it comes to lilies, the Skyscraper lilies are the most dramatic by far. These are amazing. So each lily, even in its first year, will be around about 4 foot, maybe even taller. Then in the second and third year, we can be looking at 6 foot plus. Each stem can bear up to 20 large flowers as well. So when you actually look at what you're paying and the spectacular display that these will bring, these are incredible. You get 25 bulbs, 5 different varieties, all different colours. You've got pinks and yellows and crimsons and oranges in there as well. Fully winter hardy. And they will come back, obviously, year after year after year. Great in pots, but great at the back of a border. Obviously, with them getting really tall, you do want them at the very back of a border. An amazing deal on those. You're actually saving £26 on our usual price. Then we brought you the incredible winter hardy gardenia, the Jasminoids pinwheel. So first time we brought you this by itself. It's fully winter hardy, down to -10. It's evergreen, so you're going to have that gorgeous glossy foliage all year round. But in the summertime, look at these flowers. Not only are they really pretty, but the fragrance is going to be absolutely spectacular. Look at the centre of those. Almost looks like a little gold ribbon's been wrapped around, doesn't it? Absolutely amazing. And that is only £6.99 today, 511364. Right, another really good deal if you're looking for a few little bargains today. We actually had excess stock of the Ceanothus, the California lilac. So we're clearing the excess stock and giving you a massive reduction. It's down to £6.99 today. It's already really quite established. It's in the 2-litre pots. And when it comes to springtime, May, maybe even a little bit early, depending obviously on the climate, you will get this carpet of colour, and it will look absolutely beautiful. It's a real magnet for the bees and the butterflies, the pollinators of course as well. Very easy to grow, just like say sunny spot ideally. The more sun, the more flowers you're likely to get, and it's very happy grown in a pot as well. Fully evergreen, 510 886 for the Ceanothus Californian lilac there, saving a massive £8 on our usual price. And then also, it's a great time, of course, to plant your bare roots. Just make sure the ground isn't waterlogged. It does forecast for the next couple of weeks. It forecasts a lot drier, as you've probably seen, but just a little bit colder in a nice way. We're going to get some of those lovely winter days where we're going to get full sunshine and a little bit of a nip in the air. It's going to be gorgeous. But these poppies, they will grow to about 90 centimetres. The colour is magnificent. The poppies can last several weeks as well, so unlike your wild poppies, these do last a lot longer, so up to several weeks, and obviously they come back year after year. But what a colour those are as well. And you do get all three for just £7.99. 580,059 is your item. Right, we've still got Bex. We've still got a few things to show, haven't we?
Yes, we have. Just a few.
And then more tomorrow, of course. Live on our show at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Right. Are we thinking?
Yeah, cherry prunus, the snow showers, a real beautiful blossom tree for your garden, basically, is what we're getting here. Again, a bit of imagination needed because it's bare at the moment, but you can see along each of these branches where the buds are going to come and where you are going to get a shower of some of the most beautiful cherry blossom on this tree. It's going to be gorgeous, I promise you.
And I love the shape that these grow, don't you?
It's a really nice cascading, a bit like a waterfall cascading shape that you're going to get from this. About March, April time, it will burst into bloom for you. You get a lovely scent going on with it. It does want a sunny spot, so to give it as much sun as you possibly can. It's going to reach about 2.5 metres in height when it is fully grown. But please, just take a little look at the flowers that you're going to get on here, because they are... Oh, look at those.
And again, you get flowers on mass, don't you?
I love blossom.
I do.
Oh, there's something about blossom flowers, isn't there? It's really pretty. There's a tree around the corner from where I live, and I love it. The blossom that appears on it every year, and it's the way that the branches form, and that's what you get with this, because you get that lovely cascading effect with the branches and how they form, that then give you some of the prettiest displays of flowers.
I must admit, as a child, I was obsessed with blossom trees.
Yeah. There's something really, really gorgeous about them. Now, this one, it looks delicate, but it is actually really, really tough. It is fully hardy. It's actually tolerant of pollution as well. So, you know, if you are living in a city, that's not going to be a problem for you, because that can be tricky, and it's a certain consideration. And this one is even tolerant of waterlogged soils as well. So even though this one looks delicate, it absolutely isn't. It's a really hardy workhorse that you've got with this.
So you could plant it right now, probably wherever you live.
Yeah, probably wherever you are, and it's going to be fine.
But a really good size, where it does come really well established in a 5 litre pot. And you are saving £10 on our usual price, so 502.48. Brand new today. Now also, an absolute favourite is back today. This is actually one of the best selling plants ever on YouGarden TV. And it is down today to $9.99, the Nandina Firepower in the 2 litre pot. Do you know what? It's January. Look how good that looks.
It looks so
Doesn't
good.
it look good?
I love the way it moves as well. And also the sound. I'm going to pick it up. Excuse me a second. But I want you to hear the sound that it makes.
Lovely, isn't it?
I love that sound. It's just calming. It's relaxing. It's known as heavenly or sacred bamboo. It is not bamboo. Please don't worry. Gardeners sometimes freak out when we say bamboo. It's not invasive like bamboo can be. It absolutely isn't. It's just known as that because of the way that it sounds and things. But it's a lovely compact bush. You know, it's going to reach a couple of feet height, couple of feet spread. Absolutely wonderful to keep in a pot. I have mine in a pot, and in certain areas I can't remember where, Japan I think it is, you keep it by your back door, and if you have a nightmare you go and tell it to onto the plant and it's supposed to take all of that away from you. So I love those kinds of stories that go with these plants as well. The brilliant thing about Nandina is the colour changing properties that it has.
So when it's really cold, it goes red. When it's warmer, it goes green. But you actually get interest all year round because you get the flowers in the summertime, followed by the berries, of course, as well. So it never looks dull. It's always doing something.
Never looks dull, and it is tough as old boots, this thing, okay? We are talking hardy, minus 25 to plus 40. This is not one that you need to worry about at all.
I mean, they are extreme temperatures.
They are extreme temperatures. We do not expect to get those kinds of extremes in this country. Oh, I don't know, maybe.
But with climate change, I think sometimes you do have to think a little bit differently.
Absolutely.
And that, as you said, is tough as old boots. If you don't consider yourself a great gardener, I think pretty much anyone can grow Nandina. Yeah. And it does come with our winter hardy guarantee. So if it doesn't thrive, if it doesn't survive, we will replace it free of charge. All you do is pay the postage. But that is a really good size for $9.99.
It looks like the picture as well, doesn't it?
It does.
It really, really does. The colours that you get in there, and obviously as the temperature drops and gets colder as well, you can get some real fiery red colours on there too. I just like that it's always interesting. There's always something to look at with this one. A true multi-season feature plant.
Yeah, and if you'd like it today, it is actually half price. It's a top seller. It's got great reviews on our website, and today it is only £9.99, 510823. Don't forget, I know a lot of you do place your orders after the show. Don't forget to put that code in YGTV0124. Also, if there's anything else on our website that you want to add to your order, you can of course do that. So it's not just the items on the show, but always use that code. And free postage when you spend over £40 or more, but we do cap postage to one postage per order anyway. So whatever your order is, if you've got 5 items in it and one's got £4.99 postage, another £6.99, whatever, you'd only pay whatever the top postage is. That would cover the entire order.
Yeah, just one postage
per order. Right, before we run out of time.
Oh, lovely Viburnum.
This has looked good for months.
Such a long time, and it's still looking amazing.
I know.
This is winter colour, winter fragrance on an evergreen standard as well, okay? So you often see Viburnums. They're a wonderful border plant. They grow nice and big. They have wonderful flowers on there. But this one is a standard. You don't often see these. And if you do, they come with a hefty price tag. What this gives you is evergreen, luscious foliage, but you get these gorgeous clusters of flowers. Can you see how you've got a mixture as well? Here we've got buds ready to open. Here we've got flowers mixed in with the buds that have already opened. And the fragrance that you get from the Viburnum, it is delightful. And it still smells absolutely gorgeous right now.
And I'm just looking at that, the amount of flowers and buds you've got.
So many, and they will keep going, and this is going to keep going for you through January, February, and into March time as well. So this is to get flowers and fragrance and all of that going on a standard tree through December, January, February and March, you don't find many plants that can do that. This is one of them that can.
Now, you're actually getting a £15 saving today. They add on to £24.99. You might want to go for a pair of them, then you get free postage as well.
Yeah, that'd be great.
But
these were $29.99, weren't they?
Yeah,
we've taken an extra £5 off them.
Yeah, that is a really good price today.
Really good, yeah.
And I would definitely, if you can afford it, go for 2 and have one either side of your patio doors, your front doors. They look amazing. We are sadly out of time. Thank you so much. Welcome back to YouGarden TV.
Yes,
got a great year ahead, 2024. We're back tomorrow at 10 o'clock.
Yes, we are. 10 to 1 with some new items as well. So make sure you tune in to see some of the stuff that you didn't see today. And don't forget, if you use that off code, you will get your free puzzle books as well with every single order today. Just use that code YGTV0124. Right, Bex, what are you going to order? Oh my word! I need some stargazer lilies. I also like the houseplant mix. What was the other one you told me I needed? Oh, the magnolia.
I think you do need them. I want that magnolia. Yellow magnolia. Yeah, that's definitely. Oh, no, the Astilbe. Oh, yes, you definitely need those as well. We're out of time. Thank you so much. It's been great to be back on YouGarden TV. We'll see you tomorrow, bright and early at 10 o'clock. Thank you, Bex. Bye. Bye. Thank you, Sean.